cow's gestation period is about 7 months, which is a waste to the farmer. You can't kill the animal, there's a baby coming. You can't use it for anything else. You can't drive milk out of it, so it's technical waste. So the cows, a lot of the cows in today's system are genetically mutated to give milk during pregnancy. Diabetes can be a lifestyle disorder, hypertension can be lifestyle disorder, cholesterol can be because of your eating habits, your lifestyle habits. Obesity can be lifestyle disorder. Autoimmune diseases are diseases where the body is attacking itself. And there could be multiple reasons.
Like they say, initially it is unbearable. Second week they say it is uncomfortable. Third week they say you're unstoppable.
Yeah. I love that.
So you're suggesting people to eat more of soy food?
No chunks. Every time I say this, the first thing goes towards soy chunks. No soy chunks. They are deprived of nutrients completely. They are highly processed. But why did the depression happen in the first place? Depression could be because of thyroid disorders. It can be because of vitamin D deficiency. It can be because of trauma. There are multiple causes of why did the depression happen in the first place.
They say you're what you eat. It's a very simple line, right? But do we know what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, why to eat? Hey guys, today on Just Curious, the food we eat either can be, of course, the safest and the most powerful form of medicine, or it can also be slow poison. Often in the era of social media today, we talk about gut health, gut being the second brain. But do we really have the manual to, operate it, understand it, listen to it? Here I have the honor of hosting Roshni Sanghvi, who's a Bangalore-based, of course, one of the top nutritionists, founder of Roshni Sanghvi Wellness with clients over 24 countries, somebody who's specializing plant-based diets, whole food and whatnot. So I guess firstly, Roshni, welcome to Just Curious English.
Thank you.
How are you? What's up?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for your team and you to make me feel so comfortable. This is such a cozy and beautiful place you have, and thank you for having me here.
Are, thank you so much. So firstly, I think before I start shooting all the bullets towards you, understanding gut health and all of that, you being a Bangalore entrepreneur yourself, you're coming from Bangalore today, right? I mean,
yes,
from HSR.
Yeah, 15 minutes away from you. So our clinic is in HSR layout. It's called Clinic Living Plus right here. And I've been raised in Bangalore. I was born here. I was not born here. I was born in Gujarat. But my parents moved here when I was 1. So I've been here since then and obviously love the city.
Amazing. Looking at your profile, of course, it's a innate human nature to always look at the ranking or the numbers or the ratings. When I saw your profile, what kind of struck a chord was like, of course, you're ranked amongst 3 nutritionists in India by CIMS Healthcare. So what does it mean actually?
So basically the ranking system changes based on multiple factors. But what I specialize in, or my niche is autoimmune disease management and gut health, specifically autoimmune related gut issues like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, and other autoimmune conditions like psoriasis, multiple sclerosis, ankylosing spondylitis. And it's a very small niche. Not a lot of people are working in that. But we have found a community around. So at the clinic, we have doctors working side by side with nutrition coaches, wellness experts, psychologists, mental health experts, because that's what autoimmune disease requires. It's not just one, just go to your doctor. It's really a team working towards understanding what's happening.
How different is a normal disease versus these autoimmune disease?
So chronic diseases or lifestyle diseases are diseases that are because of your lifestyle. So diabetes can be chronic or lifestyle disorder, hypertension can be lifestyle disorder, cholesterol can be because of your eating habits, your lifestyle habits. Obesity can be lifestyle disorder. Autoimmune diseases are diseases where the body is attacking itself. And there could be multiple reasons.
Why do they do that?
So many reasons. One thing could be heavy metal toxicity, especially if you're living in older houses and the water pipes are contaminated with lead or mercury and the water is contaminated with heavy metals. Then you have too much of heavy metals in the body, so that could be one. The second possible reason could be, we've seen this with clients, can be past trauma.
Past trauma, is it?
Yeah. So this could be childhood abuse or any traumatic instance. Psychological connection can lead to autoimmune diseases, and not being able to let go of. But we've seen that being a correlation.
The emotional baggage that they carry.
Emotional baggage that they carry. Autoimmune diseases could also now are being correlated with gut disorders. So gut disorders can lead to your body attacking itself, because when the gut is weak, you have endotoxins. Endotoxins are basically things which are supposed to be inside the gut. So I'll just visually show you this just to help you understand. Your intestines are this thick. It's supposed to be very, very thick, no gap. So things which are inside stay inside, things which are outside stay outside. There's no mixing of these things. But over time, if you're struggling with gut related problems, your gut could become leaky or gaps, and things which are inside, which we call endotoxins, starts coming outside. And the body relates this as toxin. It's not supposed to be here. Releases an attack towards it, leading to inflammation, oxidation, autoimmune diseases.
Okay,
So there could be multiple reasons. So there's so many things that can cause an autoimmune, but the common factor is it is inflammation. Inflammation means when I fall down and I hurt myself and I get a bruise, there'll be redness, there'll be scarring. My body's fighting to heal me. So this is an internal fight. The body is basically attacking itself when you could not have one particular cause.
The healer is not being let out to heal.
Yeah. And all of us have inflammation at multiple times. So when you're sick, you have fever, you have cough, you have cold. It's a way for the body to say, rest now. We are trying to heal yourself. But chronically having that inflammation is what leads to autoimmune, or is a telltale sign of autoimmune diseases. Yeah.
Yes. So now, how do I know whether do I have autoimmune disease or if it is just a chronic related gut issue?
So autoimmune disease can sometimes have an antibody test associated with it. For instance, if you have thyroid related autoimmune disease, you could get a thyroid antibody panel done just to check if you have the autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's or Graves. But it has to be diagnosed by a doctor. Don't try to self-diagnose. Go to an expert and let them try to diagnose it. Autoimmune disease have a root cause, right? For some reason, the body is attacking itself, like we discussed. In a lot of cases, the first line of treatment for autoimmune disease might be steroids. Steroids is shutting off the body's defense mechanism. It's telling the body, hey, don't attack. There's no reason to attack itself, just shutting off. But because steroids is not getting to the root cause, why did the autoimmune disease happen in the first place? A lot of times, if you're just taking medicine or managing the autoimmune disease only with medicine, that autoimmune disease, because we haven't gone to the root cause, can cause another autoimmune disease. And I'll give you a simple example, not autoimmune related, but a simpler example. So let's say I have depression today, and I go to a psychiatrist and I tell my symptoms, and the psychiatrist says, hey, you have depression, here is antidepressants which will cure your depression or which will help you deal with the depression. And I take the antidepressants and I start feeling better. But why did the depression happen in the first place? Depression could be because of thyroid disorders. It can be because of vitamin D deficiency. It can be because of trauma. There are multiple causes of why did the depression happen in the first place. But because I didn't get to the root cause of depression, I just treated the symptom of depression. Let's say thyroid disorders was causing my depression, and I just treated the symptom of depression. That disorder is still there, and that can later cause more problems. So our intention with autoimmune diseases, let's get to the root cause. Let's figure out what the root causes of that particular autoimmune disease, eradicate it from there versus just doing medicine management. Many cases, medicine management is absolutely necessary, but to my knowledge, should not be the first line of treatment.
How do you take it out from the root?
First, you have to diagnose what it is.
How do you all do this?
Some diagnostic tests can help. Heavy metal toxicity to test for heavy metals. If it is gut related, then endoscopy, colonoscopy, gut related tests. We test for something called fecal calprotectin. We could do a gut microbiome test. But finding out through testing mechanisms, and an expert doctor who's working with autoimmune conditions can work through and help you find the root cause.
So today, on a scale of 10, what's the percentage of people falling into autoimmune disease versus the rest?
It's really sad, but it's growing. And I've been in this field for a very long time. And we have been working with lifestyle disorders till about maybe 5 years back, where lifestyle disorders, which is diabetes, cholesterol, hypertension were the top few disease. So what people came for in terms of treatment. But COVID, post-COVID, we are seeing a very big rise in autoimmune conditions.
The reason being?
I don't know. I wish I could have an answer for that. Some people say COVID infection itself. Some people say vaccination. We really don't know what is the cause. Or maybe just more awareness. People are seeking treatment versus not so much before. But it is growing now and it's concerning also.
Mm-hmm. So what's the end game for this?
Lifestyle changes. So we have a pyramid system which we follow in the clinic.
What's that?
So pyramid system is based on how a treatment responds to you. The things which respond the best are the bottom of the pyramid, and the things which have lesser and lesser response rate is higher towards the pyramid. The bottom of the pyramid always for us is nutrition and lifestyle changes. We always start with nutrition and lifestyle changes. So let's say someone has psoriasis. Psoriasis is a skin condition where you have scarring, you have peeling, you have itching. It's just very, very uncomfortable and unpleasing also to look at. So we would start with nutrition changes and lifestyle changes and then go up the ladder. Nutrition and lifestyle comes first.
Mm-hmm.
The second would be changing your environment. So maybe, community, basically, community support. Who are you living with? How's your stress levels? How's your work stress? So building a community so where they feel secure and comfortable.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Then
I
we
mean, in
introduce
today's digital era and the nuclear family
hard.
system India is
Yeah.
going through, do you really think, I mean, that's still so important
Yeah.
and that affects it?
It's a very nice thing. I think Deepak Chopra was the first one who said it, and I keep repeating this to my clients many times. If there was an experiment done where rabbits were fed a high cholesterol diets. Rabbits were fed a diet which is very high in cholesterol, and the experiment was to find out if food can lead to cholesterol levels rising in the body. And the first month when rabbits were fed a high cholesterol diet, they noticed that rabbits' cholesterol level rose. And then there was a bunch of other rabbits which were fed a high cholesterol diet, but their cholesterol level didn't rise. And they were very surprised, how are you getting these different responses? And turns out it was the caretaker who was taking care of the rabbits. It's like a lab tech guy. He was communicating with them, he was talking to them, he was caressing them, he was playing with them, he was making them feel loved. And because they were, even though they were eating the same exact food, their response to the food was very, very different. So when we talk about even nuclear families, or I've seen and worked with clients where they don't share a great relationship with their parents,
Mm-hmm.
which can happen. So when you're sitting in a dining table with a parent who you don't share a great relationship, maybe fear, maybe something else, any reason, they tend to eat fast.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a very interesting realization. So when we, do these therapy sessions, we talk to them, we make them realize, hey, your behavior is changing. Are you noticing that? So educating the client, and you can't do anything about the environment, right? You can't change people, you can't change your environment. But once we work with a client and give them coping techniques and coping mechanisms, that can start helping.
So in this case, if it is the environment we are talking about, reducing the stress and increase community living,
Yeah.
adding up to a healthy gut health.
Yeah.
What are the hacks here one can look at?
So I'll tell you the simplest technique. When we think about changing the environment, what I mean is, let's say that I'm talking to someone who I don't share a great relation. My body is going to have a response reaction. The response might be things like cold sweats, or it might be my heartbeat rising. It might be stress hormones releasing. These are internal responses. I can't change the person in front of me. That's not in my control.
Mm-hmm.
How I react to the person can change, correct?
Yeah.
So let's keep that aside. I'll give you a different example and correlate this. Let's say I want to build my bicep muscle. If I want to build my bicep muscle, I'm going to go to the gym, take the dumbbell and lift the weight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll keep the dumbbell and I'll come back home. I'm not going to carry the dumbbell with me throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
But over a period of months, even though I'm training the muscle only for 5 minutes, the muscle will develop months later.
Mm-hmm.
So changing how my reaction to the person is me learning not to take so much stress. So practicing stress management techniques, could be meditation, could be breathing, could be multiple stress management techniques based on what naturally comes to you. Done consistently for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes per day is like going
Consistently.
consistently, is like going to a mental gym. Like
How
for
to
a
maintain consistency? Like,
it has to become your dinacharya. Dinacharya is like, it's like, it is a habit now. Yeah. If
what did you
someone
call it then?
dinacharya.
Dinacharya.
Dinacharya is a habit. It's a part of my
Dinacharya.
dinacharya. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just something that's a part of your lifestyle now, and we teach people to make those. I'll give you a lifestyle example change. One of the changes we tell people is sunlight exposure. Let's say in the morning half. Now I've told the benefits to someone. Sunlight exposure is very important. They are very motivated. Next day morning they will go and they will stand in the sun for 10 minutes. They'll do it for 2 days. They'll do it for 3 days. After that they will not continue doing it because it's not become a habit. If I have to make that a habit, I will have to couple it with things that naturally fall in your lifestyle. For instance, if I had taken the person history, and one of the things the person would have mentioned is, I love enjoying the morning coffee with my spouse.
The
I would have
habit
said,
stacking, na? Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
atomic habits, mein they
Like
say.
atomic habits, they say couple two things. Yeah. So if the person says, I love having my morning coffee with my spouse, I would say just move that coffee time in the sunlight. So you continue doing the coffee,
Or
but
they
now,
also say have the coffee only after you get the
yeah,
sunlight
yeah,
exposure.
only
Reward
after, yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, reward yourself. But here we are thinking which easily comes into your lifestyle. So find a way to easily integrate the two. Otherwise, you will find an excuse that I don't have time. So let's miss the sunlight exposure today because time is not there. So find a way to integrate things and make it a part of your lifestyle. That way it's easy to follow. Yeah. And then consistency is not a question.
Cool. So, nutrition and lifestyle. Next is environment. And the third one, you were talking about
So we do
the
nutritional
pyramid.
lifestyle, we do environment, then we do nutraceuticals.
What is that?
Nutraceuticals, unlike pharmaceuticals, are traditional Chinese medicines or herbs and spices or Ayurvedic medicine which have potency. So we have medicines naturally available. Yeah. So turmeric, for example, helps with inflammation management. Yeah. But the amount of turmeric we get, especially in an Indian diet, mostly haldi is sprinkled for a family of 4, 5 on the food. So amount of haldi coming into your plate, turmeric coming into your plate is barely anything. But from a nutraceutical perspective, if you can take a supplement which has high levels of curcumin, the healing agent of the turmeric,
Inflammation.
so that would be a nutraceutical. Yeah.
So, I mean, a sub question. Now that you brought in turmeric in the conversation, South Indians, we all have it in our upma, we have it in
Yes.
our
Yeah.
poha. I mean, lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the advisable limit like in a day? How much should I take
Half one fourth of a teaspoon.
without fail?
Yeah, that much without fail minimum. I would also try to see if we can get the raw turmeric versus the
Ah.
powdered one, because you don't know, you're not there in the factories which are making the powder.
Adulteration.
So yeah, adulteration, heavy metal toxicity can be there also in the machines. Intentionally, no one's trying to do it, but it can also come.
So you get the turmeric root or whatever you call
Especially
that.
in Bangalore, very easily available everywhere. And also recently, I was very surprised to see this. We saw black turmeric
Yeah?
in one of the stores in Bangalore. Yeah, yeah.
What's that?
The store name or the black turmeric?
Generally, both.
Yeah, the store name was Healthy Buddha, if I'm not wrong. It was a different strain of turmeric, but we got excited. And generally, I promote eating a diverse diet, so we got that at home. So you find, things like that, but you easily available the turmeric.
How was
In
black turmeric?
It didn't taste much like turmeric, and it was purplish. It wasn't really black, but it was pretty interesting.
You saw results?
No, it wasn't enough for us. We just got it one time and we tried it for like a few days. But yeah, something new to try. Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Yes. So that's
So nutraceutical would be.
nutraceuticals.
Then would be alternative therapies. These could be things like ozone therapy, IR sauna. I'll give you a little bit about each one of these.
Ozone?
Ozone therapy, IR sauna.
Sauna.
Yeah, sauna. IV nutritional therapy,
IV fluids.
IV fluid nutritional therapy. So all the therapeutic treatments can be next. Yeah. Now none of these are replacement for steroids. If someone's condition is very, very bad and they need pharmaceutical intervention, they should have a pharmaceutical intervention. But with a lot of people with autoimmune diseases in the early detection stage, we can bring into complete remission with many of these therapies. Yeah, very case to case, but it can definitely be brought into remission with these therapies alone.
So usually ozone, IR
Yeah.
sauna and IV fluids, people with what issues give into this?
Different for different. So, ozone therapy works amazing with psoriasis. We have seen recently kids with autism, a combination of stem cell and ozone therapy is showing results. Very early stage in terms of, uh, providing concrete evidence based proof that it works, but there's no harm to it either. There's not a lot of harm to it either. So, psoriasis definitely great results. Ozone Forum of India, it's an Indian body. They have amazing case studies on their website.
So
Skin
firstly,
conditions.
what's ozone
So,
therapy?
ozone therapy, like you have oxygen O2, ozone is O3. Now, O3 provides localized inflammation to the body, which brings out a lot of anti-inflammatory agents to heal that particular area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like
What's present in the body?
yes. So when you take a cold water dip,
Mm-hmm.
what is it doing? It's creating a hormetic stress. It's making you slightly uncomfortable, making the body a little bit more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
So ozone does the same thing. It works through
It's a
that.
like a example that you gave in. That's what ozone does.
Yes.
So since you mentioned about cold water and ice water dipping, which is a trend today,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
can this be looked at as an alternate
None can
therapy?
be replaced one with the other, and everything has to have very specific patient selection. So not necessary the person who needs ozone can do an ice
Got it.
water. It is very very patient specific and patient selection, and work with a doctor who knows how to use these therapeutic
So
models.
what happens with ozone? Like, is it a
No,
chamber?
it's
Is it
it's
an
yeah,
IV?
it's a chamber. So it's an tropical chamber because you're allowing the gas to tropically be there. Yeah, and you also do rectal ozone. For many conditions, we use rectal ozone
What's
also.
that?
Rectal is directly to your butthole.
Rectum.
Yeah, rectum. Yeah. So rectal, we do scalp ozone for psoriasis management, which is ozone gas on the scalp.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a area specific,
Yes,
body
it's
part
area
specific
specific. Yeah,
exposure to
yes,
ozone.
body area specific exposure to ozone. We do it through the ears also. And so it's this ozone gas going in the ears.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So how long should one take these
yeah. So I'll
procedures?
give
Like,
you what average happens. Again, very person specific, condition specific, but 10 to 20 sessions is what we tell the clients to do,
how
which
much will each session cost? Just to
anywhere
understand.
between 900 to 1200 depending on the modality of ozone you're getting.
उसमें भी
Yeah.
modality है मतलब what does happen?
Scalp,
हाँ
ears,
हाँ हाँ.
rectum. So there's various different modalities. Yeah. But
Amazing.
many people don't need to come till there. The nutrition, the psychology consultation, family support, environmental change, all of that is enough for a lot of people with autoimmune diseases. Here, ozone is not healing your autoimmune, it is accelerating your remission. It's just making things a little bit faster. Yeah. So without ozone, also with nutrition lifestyle changes, you will still see a lot of results. But there are many people who are struggling with the autoimmune condition, want to accelerate the process a little bit. It can definitely help for that. Yeah.
Nice. So what about IR sauna?
IR sauna in the recent times has worked fantastic for um, women struggling with
Hmm.
fertility issues.
What are you
So,
saying?
or women struggling with hormonal health issues like PCOS, fertility being one of them. So, I'll tell you what IR does and I'll tell you how we introduce it. So, IR sauna is infrared sauna, basically penetrating the layer of the skin and helping you with detoxification or accelerating the detoxification process. You sweat, you're detoxifying. Women now are exposed to more hormone disruptors than ever before.
What are they?
Hormone disruptors, or they are called endocrine disruptors, are things in the environment, particularly chemicals in the environment, like plastic can be one, aluminium, many things in the environment that is interfering with your hormonal health.
Plastic, even aluminium.
Cooking, when especially you
Most of
use
the
it in terms
vessels,
of
cookers, everything is
yeah,
aluminium,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah. You want to switch towards iron skillets and steel as much as possible, but still safer than microwaving in plastic, obviously. Yeah, or go for, and this wasn't as much.
Microwaving, surprising.
Microwaving in plastic specifically
Oh,
is a
got it, got
problem.
it.
Yeah,
Not just
otherwise
microwaving.
microwaving is not so much of a problem. So microwaving, air frying, not much of a problem. Now this wasn't a problem 20 years ago. when our exposure to chemicals was not as much. Even things like room fresheners, air fresheners, skincare products, hair care products have a lot. So everything combined together is too much
Oh, it's a
chemical
cocktail
exposure.
of chemicals on your body and
Yeah,
around your.
yeah, in and around. And you can't do, like, let's say microplastic is a problem now. You'll not drink in plastic.
Water
You can do that.
bottles.
But how will you, because tires have plastic. So when tires are going in the road, microplastic is released in the environment and you're inhaling it. How will you stop
That's
that?
dude. Even the tea bags today,
Tea bags, yeah,
they have
yeah.
thought of.
Plastic,
You just can't, like, if you start
yeah.
scrutinizing it, you
Everything.
can't live
You'll go
in.
crazy.
You can't live in this world, I
You'll
guess.
go
Yeah.
crazy.
So, can you give me the top 5 list? At least avoid these.
Definitely, just plastic water bottles. Please change. Carry your water around. Avoid plastic as much as possible. Good for the environment also. Good for you also. The second one would be look into your cookware. You have a
Yeah.
glass bottle. See, it's not that hard. And once you get into a habit, it feels nice to have your own personal bottle around. Yeah. Second would be your cooking utensils. Don't use a lot of the non-stick cookware are hormone disruptors, especially when
Hmm.
we are working with women with infertility or PCOS. We very specific about what is, we start, and you can't change it overnight. It's too much of an expense. One vessel at a time. All of us have that one kadai we overuse anyways. So get one which is better for your health.
Dude, I didn't know this
Yeah.
non-stick cookware
Yeah, non-stick cookware
is
is huge.
a
Yeah.
hormone disruptor.
Hormone disruptors. Heating in plastic, worst thing you can do. And especially if you're ordering out from places, they always send in plastic container and the food is hot. Yeah. So if you're planning fertility, generally worried about PCOS, adenomyosis, endometriosis, women hormone related issues, please go that extra mile in terms of taking care that you're preventing all of these.
Any age group to be specific, like to specify a woman watching in her 20s, very
Yeah.
crucial to follow these?
Yeah, fertility, I would say, but of course, at every, because I've seen menopausal disruption happening later.
Even
And
40s.
yeah, and let's say that people struggle with hot flashes during menopause. Hot flashes are worse. It's horrible because you're suddenly so hot in a room that you're drenched in sweat. So you have to immediately change, and then 2 minutes later you're shivering. So it's just hot flashes happening like this, and 20, 30 times in a day, or when you're sleeping in the night. It can get very frustrating.
God.
And menopause generally is a time which generally men, but Indian men don't understand. There's no open conversation about it. So if a woman is having mood swings, if she's feeling angry, agitated, and that's her hormonal health, and just telling her that this is all because of your hormones. No, I think extra care, full family should come together. When a woman is going through menopause, the entire family should come to support her.
Like, give me
And
a list, like a tip or a hack. Women going through menopause, things, 5 things that, the family and the circle around her can help her with.
if possible, get her nutritional support.
As in?
Nutritional support. There's a lot of things in the nutrition itself which can be causing hormone disruption.
Like, example?
Biggest one today, you'll be surprised, is dairy products. Our dairy industry is not. We have a TED talk on this where I've given the science and step by step breakdown. One is adulteration. 70+% of dairy products in the market are adulterated. Huge number.
All
Second
your
thing is
paneers, milk, curd.
adulteration is one.
What sort of adulteration in terms of
Urea,
antibiotics?
ammonia, paint, chemicals, anything.
It's all mixed, and then,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So adulteration is one. There's other thing is real estate is genuinely expensive than before. So animals are not just left in the open. They are in close quarters. They are very close to each other. They are urinating and defecating on themselves. There's a lot of infections.
They're in stress.
They are in obviously a lot of stress.
That's what is being passed on, and that's the milk we are drinking.
And they're given antibiotics and growth hormones. Multiple things are. It's because real estate is genuinely expensive. You can't have a cow give that 10 to 12 liters of milk and make a profit. It's not possible. Yeah, so you need to consider. And very surprising, this was my research during the TED talk. Cows, just like humans, used to give milk only after the birth of a calf. If I'm not pregnant and I don't deliver, milk supply will not start. Correct? If I deliver and and I'm breastfeeding and a second I get pregnant again, my milk supply will stop. So you can't be pregnant and deliver you can't be pregnant and give milk
at the same time.
at the same time.
But
Cow's gestation period is about 7 months, which is a waste to the farmer. You can't kill the animal, there's a baby coming. You can't use it for anything else. You can't drive milk out of it. So it's technical waste. So the cows, a lot of the cows in today's system are genetically mutated to give milk during pregnancy. And that milk, just like if I were pregnant and I were breastfeeding at the same time, that milk would be very high in growth and sex hormones because I have a lot of growth and sex hormones for the fetus. Now, milk,
scary.
scary, a little scary, yeah. And milk supply used to be localized. So there's a dairy, we used to have gaushalas. Every area has a gaushala. This 20 houses will have one gaushala. You're going to go there and you're going to get your milk and come. Now it's centralized. So all the milk is going into one place, being pasteurized, and then it's sent over. So you don't know how many pregnant cow milk is there, how many sick cow milk is there, how many infected cow milk is there. It's all mixed together.
Oh God.
So they say a glass of milk is 100 cow milk. It's coming from 100 different sources.
Now, once it's pasteurized, my doubt is, are these antibodies and all these
No.
growth hormones and all of that?
Pasteurization will only kill what is alive. So it's going to kill microorganisms, but it's not going to kill the growth hormones or anything else, which is chemicals, which are
So is
basic.
it microorganisms or microbiome? How do we call it in the milk?
In the milk would be microorganism like bacteria.
So what's inside my
viruses.
body is microbiome.
Is microbiome in your gut, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
which is
Got it.
also bacteria and archaea and virus, and it's still the same. But here the pasteurization thing, just to get rid of the anything that can, you could get a foodborne
Spoil the
infection.
milk.
Yeah, yeah,
So the growth and all the other hormones are still there in the milk.
yeah, yeah. It is really, really sad. And we have
What's the side effect of this on human body?
female hormone related issues, men infertility, also autoimmune conditions, many different things for different people. But basically, if you have a client for infertility, I would say stop milk first. Gastric issues, digestion issues,
Knowing all of this, what milk do you drink in Bangalore?
any alternative. Oh my god, we make milk at home. So it's a easy hack. We have this
Almond milk. Oh?
no, I'll tell you the different options and you'll be surprised. So we have this thing called soup maker. It's a 5,000 rupees investment, one time investment.
Soup?
It's called a soup maker.
Maker.
You'll find it everywhere on Amazon. The one we have is from the chef called Sanjeev Kapoor. So he has this, I don't know what his brand is called, but basically a
Wonder
5
Chef.
6,000 Wonder Chef, yeah, 5,000 6,000 rupees soup maker. So its job is to make soups. You put all the vegetables and you turn it on and it makes soup. That's what its job is. We use it as a nut milk maker. So you would soak anything. We love, recent favorite love is sesame and walnut combination. So we will soak sesame seeds and walnuts in the night, and in the morning you put it in the soup maker and you have sesame walnut milk.
How much do you like take the quantity? Can you run us through?
Oh, like we like it creamy. Depends on other house, and we make chai and coffee out of it. So we would do 2 cups of walnuts and about a little more than half a cup of sesame. Yeah.
2 cups of walnut. I mean the normal 250 grams ka cup.
Yeah, yeah, 2
And?
cups and a little more than half a cup of sesame seeds. And it's a family of about 4-5 of us at least drink the milk, and it would last us for 2 to 3 days.
Got it. So
And
you
then
soak this first.
we soak it in the night.
In what quantity of water? Like what ml?
Water just to cover the seeds and the walnuts.
That's it till the
Yeah.
till it's getting covered
Till it's
and
getting
soaked.
covered, yeah.
Then what do you do?
And in the morning, we would discard that water. We would put everything in a nut milk maker and again add water. Your nut milk maker will have different compositions of water depending on the brand it is. But it'll tell you for this much quantity, this much water, and it'll also have those linings inside. If your food is here, water should be about here, this height. It depends how thick or creamy you want it. Let it turn on, and within 20-25 minutes, hot, fresh milk is ready.
So this nut milk maker, you're doubling your soup maker as a nut milk maker.
Yes, yeah. But rice, the sesame walnut can get expensive because it is walnut. Easier alternative would be, and a great way to include would be millet milk or
What?
brown rice milk
Oh,
or
wow.
oat milk.
How
Oat is
does
also very
milk,
easy.
like how are you getting the milk out of this now? Once you put it
Same,
in the,
soak it in
once
the
you put in
morning,
the
nut milk maker, just like milk, it'll just come out like a regular milk. Sometimes you strain it, sometimes you don't strain. Even if you don't strain, it's okay because we like the fiber, so we don't generally strain. But for a beginner, if you're adding in your tea coffee, strain it and add because you might find it.
Now the
annoying.
taste, right? So how does it taste?
If you drink buttermilk at your home, and if you drink buttermilk at your neighbor's home, taste will differ, right? So it is getting used to. It's definitely getting used to. That's why you have 1,000+ varieties. You could do milk with um, almonds, cashew nuts, pistachio, walnuts, sesame seeds, oats, brown rice, any sort of millets. There's so many alternative options, and there's mix and match of these. So
Amazing.
find one that suits you.
Experiment.
Yeah.
For starters, what should I be
The
giving into?
creamier. So if you're looking for a higher protein content, then go towards the soy and the grains, which is your millets and oats. Those are slightly higher protein content. If you're looking for kids need more fats in their diet. So I would go for the cashew, the walnut, the almond, any of
Wow.
these. And they're also much more creamier than the protein high milk. Or
Crazy.
combination. Yeah.
So with 2 cups and half a cup of sesame,
Yeah.
you'll get 1 liter of milk?
That's tricky. I've never really counted that. But I think approximately. Yeah.
You don't add water, anything later?
We do add, no, not later. Yeah. So you mix in the nut milk maker, you mix the nuts and the water and let it just churn. That's it. And
So
it's
where did you
really
see
creamy milk.
Like, how did you get to know of this? Like, how to make these?
So we used to buy milk from outside. When I just switched to a non-dairy diet, I used to purchase milk from the soy, the almond milk, get it from outside because it was easily available. But then we did come across brands which are not the healthiest. They label healthy, but they're really not the healthy when you read the ingredient label. Still healthier than dairy milk, but not the healthiest. And it's also expensive, no? If you can't keep getting milk from outside all the time, especially if you're making your curd from milk, you're making your buttermilk, you're using the milk for we are a Gujarati family, so we use it for kadhis. I've lived in South, so tambulis. So all these recipes have milk. So we want to make sure, or milk or one of the yogurt alternatives. So we wanted to make sure we come up with recipes at home, and that's how we came across the nut milk maker.
Amazing, yeah?
Yeah.
So, this milk, can you also make curd out of
You
it?
can go for the higher protein content milk. They are thicker curds, but you can definitely make curd out of anything. For the first time, just add your normal dairy curd as a starter. There are alternative starters available like chili tops, etc.
Chili tops, okay.
Yeah, chili tops. Yeah, they are a curd starter. But if you're not sure or not very good with cooking, then just add a tablespoon of your normal dairy curd to this, and the next time onwards, use that as a starter. So you have just plant-based milk, plant-based curd at home.
Amazing. So now we trace it back to menopause and how, nutrition,
Yeah, so
avoiding dairy can
avoiding
help.
dairy can help. There are also foods which are high in something called phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens will help you combat the impacts of estrogen in the body, basically help you with menopause management. Menopause and also fertility related issues management. Soy products are very, very good in phytoestrogenic properties.
So you're suggesting people to eat more of soy food.
No chunks. Every time I say this, the first thing goes towards soy chunks. No soy chunks. They are
Then?
deprived of nutrients completely. They are highly processed. I do soy beans directly because they are just like chickpeas or kidney beans. They taste also very similar to normal beans, and they are very, very healthy and easy to make. So how you do avocado saro? We do soybean, same process but with soybeans. And avocado and soybeans share how they look, and avocado is very seasonal, so we do soybeans instead of that, and it turns out amazing. Or we would do like sundal with soybeans. We do purials with soybeans. So beans is the best if you can. Alternative would be tofu and soy milk. Yeah, if you can get good quality tofu and soy milk, then that would be an
What's the
alternative.
quantity like? I know that one egg white can give you 4 to 5 grams of protein, right? So here, what is it like?
Yeah, I want to say brand to brand is different, but I think it is 250 ml soy milk, about 6-7 grams of proteins. Yeah, but I could be looking at one particular brand and then maybe not got my numbers right, but approximately that amount. Or a cup of soy beans cooked would be about 8 to 12 grams of proteins. So it is pretty high in proteins.
Wow.
Yeah, protein is not a concern at all in a regular vegetarian family who's eating enough calories. If you're obviously not eating enough calories or you're eating a lot of junk food, protein becomes a problem. But people who are generally eating enough calories, they are getting enough proteins. Not to worry. Yeah.
So in the list, we have dairy products at number 5. Number 4, phytoestrogen,
Rich foods
rich
to
food.
add. So
And number
flax
3,
seeds are phytoestrogenic. And that is another thing I would add. Yeah,
how much of it? 1 spoon, 2
2 to 3
spoon.
tablespoons a day. But just
Consume it
make a
directly or some do's
yeah,
and don'ts there?
anything. So we like to make podis and chutneys at home
Oh yeah, what
with
is that?
flax seeds,
Oh, interesting.
because then it becomes a lifestyle, no? Then it's a part of your diet, and anyways, all of us have podis and chutneys with our meal, so we like to do that.
Like the
Or
gunpowder, you can make
exactly, yeah,
flax seeds.
yeah, yeah. Or
And
laddus, like a 4 p.m. snack. Mix it with dates and nuts, all the healthy nuts, and just blend everything together and make laddus.
a lot of videos online.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sunflower, pumpkin,
yeah, yeah. Any combination, whatever
chia,
nuts you like. Yeah,
and
yeah. Whatever
flax
locally is
and
available, whatever you like to eat, all nuts
dates.
and seeds are healthy. Yeah.
All right, they're like estrogen
They
supporting.
fight estrogen. Yeah, they fight the negative effects of estrogen in the body.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And number 3,
Sleep, very important. And because it is menopause is specifically women's related, right? Um, in a normal household, the only family member most often sacrificing sleep is women. Yeah. And it's
agree.
nothing to do with men habit, anything like that. I think women tend to put a lot of stress on themselves. They want to excel in multiple roles. All women tend to do that. So they also want to be great at household chores, also want to be great at outdoor activities. So they tend to. So sleep is one thing that is sometimes overlooked or sacrificed. Menopause or not, generally you should be focusing on your sleep, but particularly during menopause, as a family, everyone else should come together to let the person going through menopause,
How many
wife,
hours?
mother,
For example, today, like this Whoop here, right? It is a scary
is
device.
scary. Yeah, and
Today,
you see it on Whoop, especially
God.
many things like coffee, the impacts of coffee on sleep, the impacts of sleep on recovery.
Mine is 33% only today. And I slept for 7 hours.
There you
And
go.
I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, what is this?
yeah,
And this, does it also have an indication for menopause? Because I know it gives me my period
yeah,
prediction. And what surprised me was it was giving me the indication, like, let's say my period is about to come in two,
yeah,
3 weeks.
yeah,
It'll tell me what phase I'm going through
yeah.
right now and the effect of it on my
On
mood
my mood
and
and
all of that.
fitness.
So I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
that's good, right?
Yeah.
That's good. I love it. I love Whoop.
I don't know if it
Um,
is TMI.
yeah.
I mean, for now at least, it's like, oh wow, I have a lot of data coming my way.
Yeah, I've been known many times. Every time I have like a few night outs or holidays, I remove my Whoop because it is it's too much of information. But I think even before I got Whoop, I was worried that it's going to make me more stressed. But it's only had a positive impact. Track because you asked how much time, right? So with 7 hours, if your recovery is so less, that's an indication that REM sleep, deep sleep ratio is not well. And Whoop will tell you, but not Whoop. If you're tracking, if you can afford a biofeedback device to help you track, like an ultra-human Whoop or whatever it is, track it for a couple of months at least, because everyone's body is so different. Now, my partner and me, both of us wear Whoop. So we know that meditation in the night helps him with REM sleep, but has zero impact on my REM sleep.
Hmm.
Reading in the night helps me with REM sleep but has zero impact on us. And
Mm-hmm.
because both of us are wannabe biohackers, we've changed the lighting and everything in our room to make it like a red light before sleeping, and we've changed the lighting all around our house. It's crazy. And that change of lighting helped me with my deep sleep, but it didn't help him.
Oh,
So because it's
like
so
pause.
individualized.
Like, what all colors have you like tried now? What's biohacking in terms of light? This is like cheating your eyes from getting exposed to white light, right? Which will in
Yes.
turn not let you sleep, whatever.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. So no, I mean, when I say wannabe biohackers, we do a lot of things as an experiment on our body, because we are in the wellness and the health space. So we really want to know if something is working or it's just
So that you
hocus
can tell
pocus.
the world, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's feasible to do, because we had to, if we are telling someone red light, we need to see how much is the investment, and how's the entire infrastructure done, and will it automatically turn on? We have to remember. Then it can't become a lifestyle change. So we had to learn all those things. So we did it for ourselves. Um, but yes, my room lights are scheduled to go red at 7 p.m. onwards. That's my bedroom, and
Like,
that's when we
how did
tend
you
to.
change the infra? Are these LED strips or what is it like?
So these are, no, they are not LED strips. They are lights, LED lights itself,
Mm-hmm.
but you can control the settings from your phone. Yeah, and for your viewers, I'll just put the link below so everyone can access in case someone wants. I don't think it's made that much of a difference in terms of any of our health. It's really not the top when it comes to biohacking techniques. There's so many things you can do. Meditation, genuinely.
That's the top, huh? Like,
Nutrition is the top. Nutrition, fitness, sleep, meditation. There had to be a top four. It would be nutrition, fitness, sleep, meditation.
because my husband,
Hmm.
whenever I stumble upon these theories, the new age biohacking tools,
Yeah.
first thing that he knocks it off is all these ornamental changes that we would like to make.
Yeah.
And he always fights this. He's like,
Yeah,
first
exactly.
do the basics
Do the
right.
basics right. Yes.
That's where the
Yes.
99% ka,
100.
result
Yeah,
comes
I
from.
agree
And
with
this
him. Yeah.
1% is,
Yeah.
0.1 is always
Yeah.
probably from these. So, but
Yeah.
our natural tendency is like, हाँ इसको
Because
पहले
it's
fix कर लेते
easier.
हैं. Sorry?
It's easier.
Yeah.
Changing the light is much easier than waking up to go to workout. Yeah.
That's more
Yeah.
hard work, right? This is a
It's
shortcut,
exactly,
right?
yeah, it's much easier. So, even in the pyramid we were talking, I told you nutrition is the first, and then there are other things, and then I told you IR, IV, and all this.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who would walk into the clinic and negate all of the bottom and say, just do the treatments
Quick
and heal.
fixes, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And
So
we
that
have to really counsel them and say, I'm sorry, you'll invest a lot of money there. So, from a clinic perspective, it's actually more profitable, but we can't just do something and then you not see results and not be happy, and even ethically it's not right. So you have to work on the nutrition. It's not a choice. Everything else is on top of that.
got it. So hacks would be biohacking. We were talking about
Sleep
the lights
specifically.
and then all of that. Now coming, steering the conversation back to sleep.
Yeah.
Right. So they should be sleeping for
Yeah.
7 to 8 hours.
So 7 to 9 is recommended, but quality over quantity is important.
how do
For
they
instance,
do that? Yeah.
that's what. So biohacking is one way. Are you waking up feeling fresh throughout the day? Do you have not dizzy, drowsiness in the afternoon time? All those things. Because people tell that I can have coffee and then go to sleep directly, and it does not impact. No, it does impact. If you were tracking, you would know it is impacting. Yeah. So that quality over quantity is important, because I have seen people who are uh, meditators, long-term meditators, meditate 1 hour per day. Even if they sleep for 5 hours, their quality is very good and it's not impacting their metrics,
Oh, wow.
because meditation puts you in that non-sleep deep rest state. So the healing which is supposed to be happening when you're sleeping is also happening in that non-sleep deep rest. So quality over quantity. So if you're someone who's also sleeping 4 5 hours, take care of the other aspects of the lifestyle. But a biofeedback device will help you. A ring, a Whoop, any of these will help you track your sleep. Do it for a few months just to know what is working on your body and what is not working. Yeah.
Amazing. So yes. Now number 2 after sleep.
This is menopause we are discussing, right? The most important changes for menopause. If I have to go medically, because we own a clinic and we see people who are not able to make all the other changes. Nutrition, they don't have control. Sleep, family support is very limited. Then would come bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So till now we only had hormone replacement therapy, which is a chemical given to you, hormone replacement. Because a lot of your menopause symptoms are due because of sudden plummeting of your female sex hormones, and then rises and falls. It's causing all these symptoms. So bioidentical hormone replacement makes the process a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. Yeah. Work with an expert, work with a doctor. You need medical intervention for this. Much safer. It's many times it's just cream or a patch.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask, is this an IV? How do you
Nothing.
treat?
Yeah. It's
Patch.
just cream or a patch, much in most of the cases. And it makes your process easier. And menopause management, genuinely speaking, starts in your 20s.
What are you saying?
You can't live a bad lifestyle, struggle with obesity, have bad habits, and then during menopause try to fix everything right now. Obesity is fat cells, right? Fat cells are not just cells sitting in your body. Every single cell is pumping more hormones into your system. So obesity itself will cause hormonal imbalance. And let's say right now
So
you have
are you saying
menopausal
fat cells, they
are
are
hormone making factories. Yes. Yeah. There's a very beautiful book on this. Small, easy to read. Anyone who wants to know about nutrition but can't go through studies and all that, it's a beautiful book. It covers all the diseases, menopause being one of them. It's called Your Body in Balance.
By?
Dr. Neil Bernard. Education is a huge part of what we do with clients, and one of the things which we do with most of the clients who love, people's modality of learning is different. Some people like podcasts, some people like listening, some people like reading. It's all different. But because we do weekly calls, and one of the thing we do is we give them these little assignment, read these 2 pages and come. So it's more empowering. You're not just
Wow.
listening to people telling you random
Right,
instructions.
right.
Now you know the why, and you're more likely also to follow. So Your Body in
Amazing.
Balance, anyone wants to read. So he discusses this about, it's not just fat cells sitting there, it's also a hormone making factory.
Oh, I'm so
So you-
scared now because
You can't fix menopause at menopause. You have to start early. Bioidentical hormone replacement makes the process a little bit easier.
so usually
lot
creams
easier.
and the patches you spoke
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like once I use these patches and creams, what's the percentage of difference? Like for
It's
somebody
huge,
who's
huge.
using
It's,
it and not using
I want to
it.
say 80%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is one, unlike IV, IR, where it's so much nutrition and everything is more important, and you're not going to get instant benefits. You're going to obviously see long-term benefits. With bioidentical hormone replacement, you do see.
It's a
But most of
lifelong
no, during the phase.
phase.
Yeah,
That's
and we also do lifestyle modification nutrition simultaneously. But because it's much easier in the next few months, because your lifestyle is also improved, nutritional habits have also improved, you don't have to carry this forward. You'll be able to.
amazing. Thank you. Mm. Now we have the famous line, let food be the medicine and medicine shouldn't be your food.
Yeah.
Today in the era of random trends on reels, wherein one day Shilajit is trending, one day you're the mushroom
Yeah.
main,
Yeah. Lion's mane.
lion's mane mushroom. Too many things happening
Yeah.
here.
Matcha.
Matcha, yeah, the latest
Yeah.
one. Even
Yeah.
I tried it, and all of this is like a passing crowd. So my question is, now I have a listicle. My first question would be 5 foods that wreck gut health, which are very common in Indian kitchens.
I think we hide sugar in a lot of things unconsciously. Sugar is hidden in many forms, be it jaggery, we call it healthy, brown sugar, coconut palm sugar, honey. And in the name of health, we consume a lot of sugar alternatives, which can be equally bad for your gut health. That is a huge. Um, in an Indian household, we also stress and emphasize a lot on condiments. This is your ketchups and your sauces. Now,
Pickles,
pickles, not so much.
that's a gut friendly food,
Yeah,
right?
that
Like it's
would be a
fermented.
gut. The oily pickles would be a problem, and if you're overusing that. But I genuinely mean, because I'm seeing kids eating everything with ketchup and mayonnaise and the store-bought sauces. Sometimes in the name.
That's wrecking your gut health.
It is, yeah. You can, and I think Bangalore has so many homegrown brands which are so healthy as an alternative. So if you want to have like stir fry sauces, Burma by the way does a good quality stir fry sauce. There are many. I would Burma not a local brand, but I would go to the flea markets and try to find homegrown stir fry sauces versus getting something out of Instamart and the ingredients you can't pronounce and stir frying your veggies or something with that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Why did you say ketchup? Mayonnaise, I understand because it's made out of
Yeah.
oil, right? It's a concentrate
Yes.
of
Yeah.
oil and
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
egg.
Egg whites. Yeah.
So why ketchup?
Yeah. If you look at the ingredients of a ketchup, there's barely any tomatoes in there. It's just a lot of artificial flavorings and food colorings and emulsifiers and stabilizers and things you can't, acid regulators, which are very not the healthiest for you. And I understand if you're having a little bit but a lot of times these are overused in almost everything. I also think traditionally these are all condiments, right? They're supposed to complement your food. Your food should be tasty enough by itself that you don't need condiments. But we are going towards fast cooking, and we are going towards no time and towards that. So the flavor in the food, if you look at the South Indian thali, it has 11 components. Who's making that at home? Obviously there's no time, I agree with that. But the lesser and lesser we are making diversity in food, we are looking at these condiments as a taste added bonus. especially if you have kids at home. Do this. We treat kids like they are young adults. They are not. Their preferences are different. Their taste buds are different. Kids love texture. They like texture. Adult will eat khichdi by themselves. But if you give it to a kid, you have to make it textureful. And by texture, I mean just even if you're roasting a papad and you make it into a pudi and you're putting it on top, that's a different texture from the khichdi. So there's two different textures. So kids love texture. Kids love color. Adults can eat food which looks one color. Kids love different colors. And mostly and in a house, the food is cooked keeping the adults' things in mind. And then we say that kids don't like home food, they're eating out. Keep in mind, can you make it texture? Can you make it color? Can you make it flavor? Can you make it looking appeasing than the way you serve the adults? And it's not, you don't have to cook separately. You have to make these small, small changes.
Like, can you break this down? Texture, to make it more textureful, do's
So
for
let's say
mothers
that you're
and
making
fathers.
a dalia at home, or let's say you're making a oats porridge at home, and adults would just have oats and water, mix it up and eat it. But for a kid, add some fruits on it. Add like a cashew butter or almond butter or something. So the fruit is a different texture. The almond butter is a different texture. The oats porridge is a different
There
texture.
has to be layering.
There has to be different types of components. Even with like an upma, if you're making, see if you can put some raw veggies on top or something to make it exciting for them, just not the way it's served to adults.
Mothers find this a problem, like kids don't eat vegetables. Like, have
Yeah.
you all got this complaint, and what's your
Yeah.
hack for it?
It's very surprising because we are speaking so much about the gut microbiome, gut health, and all of that. Microbiome forms for a child in the mother's womb. It starts forming there. Yeah. So we've seen women who take care of, we call it plant diversity, meaning how many different kinds of plants can you eat in your diet? Plant diversity. So we've seen women who eat a huge plant diversity, plant, not animal. So egg and dairy products and chicken, mutton, those would not count. It's really different types of plants. So women with high plant diversity and unprocessed, not a lot of oil and deep fry and all that, healthy plants as close to nature as possible.
Like raw fruits,
Not necessary. You can
raw,
cook it. You have make your sabzis and all. Don't make it too
like
oily.
raw vegetables, you mean?
Yeah,
Raw, I
vegetables,
mean,
fruits.
fruits is just normal fruits, right?
Fruits
Yeah.
is normal fruit. Sabzis is fine. Lentils, pulses, grains, nuts, seeds, all of these are plants. So all different kinds of plants. Kids born will tend to have a liking towards those foods. And then it's not difficult for the parent to say, eat your broccoli or eat your vegetables, because they really do gravitate towards that.
So what you're saying is what the mother eats is what the child gradually, the first choice is made in the womb already.
Starts from the womb, and the first 2 years, 2-3 years of the life, if you can take care of, then kids gravitate towards healthier foods.
Dude, this
It's
is
really
controversial
interesting. Yeah.
because, during pregnancy,
Yeah.
it's an Indian mentality that, we pamper the pregnant women
Yes.
with a lot of whatever they want, the
Yes.
cravings and
Yeah.
all of that. I
Yeah.
think it's an eye opener. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, now it's even more important just to make sure that women pregnancy is becoming late in life, right? So that itself by itself puts a risk in terms of pregnancy. So gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, other problems during pregnancies, it's becoming more and more just because women are getting pregnant later. Lifestyles are much more stressful, sleep is less, and habits are different from before. So even more important that nutrition is taken care of during pregnancy. Even more important you make healthier choices, so your baby has, the best possible chance in terms of survival and thriving, and pregnancy becomes the process becomes much much easier.
so I have a friend who just delivered recently. I think the kid must be around 6 or 7 months. The kid is not eating. So I mean, for infants
Yeah.
who are having this kind of a problem, usually
Yeah.
you all get these kind of complaints,
Yeah,
and then
we would do breast milk at that time. So for some reason the mother's not able to provide breast milk.
even that is not happening. I think the
So
child
child is
has,
not eating, the
has
child
some
is not
trust issues
drinking.
or something like that.
Yeah, then professional help.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Got it.
sorry. I hope your friend feels better soon. Must be hard, especially with a child, because the women going through that themselves might feel neglected, like not being able to do what they should be doing. Yeah.
Hmm. Got it. So you were talking about color, right? Now texture is something we understood. How to add
Yeah.
color?
Yeah, it's simple. When you're making a upma, make sure some green peas are there, some carrot is there, and grate it instead of making into pieces. If you always make into pieces, so this way there's a little bit more color in the food. If you're doing a raita with the upma or yogurt or curd with the upma, make sure you're adding some coriander or onions. So you see different, or just a little bit of um, red chili powder on top. But things like this can get the kid entertained.
So texture, color, and the flavor now.
Um, at most, because we are very, family bound. Most kids will end up eating what the parents like. That's why we say that genetic is not as important. But people argue that no, but my mom also had this, my dad also had this. Correct, because you were eating the same thing they were eating. You were living in the same environment that they were living in. So I think, especially when we have kids with obesity in the clinic, we will never sign them up till we get a literal promise from the parents that they will eat the same thing the child will eat. You cannot do this is yours, this is mine. I will eat late night snack, but you're not allowed. You can't do that. And parents tend to do that. I will drink wine, but you are not allowed to drink Coke. You can't do that. So you have to be a role model.
Lead by
You
example.
have to. Kids learn from you. And I keep telling this to people. The loudest way to tell your family I love you is take care of your health. Take care of your health. There's no point of going on telling I love you, I love you. You have to take care. You have to become a role
Do
model.
it so that they will know it.
Yeah, they will
follow
know.
it.
Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, we spoke about sugar. We spoke about condiments, which are gut wrecking
Yeah.
options, food options. What's in the next? What's the next in the list?
Fast food, Maggies and bhujiyas and chips and save and all of that. Um, I see this as a big problem among my clients who are settled abroad, because whenever they have their family visiting, they would take a huge, a bag full of snacks, Indian snacks.
All your
Because you don't,
nibbles and
yeah, the nippats and the murmura and all of that, murukku and all Indian snacks possible.
peanuts, and then you name it. The list
Yeah.
goes on.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So and we do this as a 4 p.m. snack, and sometimes kids are given as when you're coming back in the bus, your bus snack, and don't do that.
You spoke about Maggie. Now Maggie has gone through enough controversies. Now today, how should one look at Maggie
Yeah.
from the gut perspective, and what has changed the
Yeah,
impact?
I'm talking about these. It's not fast food really. It's Insta food. You make it instantly. So Insta food.
Insta. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something I would definitely ask parents to stay away from. Just don't get it home. If it's at home, you're more likely to have it. Yeah. So I would just say don't get it home. And it's the kids don't see the parents having it, they will really not gravitate. If salad before meal is a habit, it is a habit for the entire family. And salad doesn't have to be fancy salad. Kosamri salad is a salad. Yeah. So poriyals are salads.
Right.
So whatever form you like it in, but have it. If it's on the table and the parents have it and the kids are taught from a young age that this is the first thing you will have before you have your meal, they will have it. Acts as a natural appetite suppressor, huge in micro nutrients and fiber content. So the kids are just taught to eat that way. Yeah.
What's your thought on the order of eating? Because after a lot of stumbling and R&D done on the internet, then my husband Davis, got into the idea of portion control, 30, 40, 30. Like in that, probably 30% is fiber, 40% is protein, and the last 30% is carbs. And again, in that, I was
Yeah.
told in the order in which you'll have to consume this.
Yeah.
Apparently, fiber going first will not let the insulin spike up.
Yeah.
Then comes protein.
Yeah.
By then, 70% of the meal is consumed. You're full, and then you have the
Yeah.
30% left over for carbs.
Yeah.
Are these theories still holding water even
Yeah.
in 2025? What's the latest?
Yeah.
What's your thought on this?
I think he's definitely come from a very educated point. So fiber is carbs. Fiber is a subcategory of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are subdivided into three parts: sugar, resistant starches, and fiber.
Oh,
So I think what he meant when he was saying was fiber is vegetables and fruits. And the carbs is grains and lentils, correct? That's what people
Grains
mostly think.
mostly. I mean,
Grains
your
mostly.
rice and all your wheat,
Yeah.
whatever.
White,
Yeah.
wheat, rice, etc. Unless it's
Ragi,
processed, so white rice, so you're removing the outer layer. Yeah. Or it is maida.
polished.
You're processing it. Then you're getting rid of fiber. Then it is just a lot of sugar. You should not be having that. But unprocessed grains, millets, brown rice, matta rice. We have my brother-in-law is from Kerala, so we do a lot of matta rice because he loves it, and he's introduced that into our family. Um,
It's
so
good.
I think we like it. We are used to brown rice anyways. So the difference between white and brown is the hard. It's a little bit harder, and matta rice is also pretty similar. It's just you really can't eat more than like half a cup or three-fourth of a cup. It's so heavy, but then you're hungry in 2 hours again because it's not really filling. So yeah, but we like it. We really like it.
Got it.
So if you're eating the unprocessed, right, that would also come in the fiber category because it is high fiber. It does not have sugars, yeah. But I love that he still categorized the 30 fiber, 30 carbs. So 60% of your total calories coming from there, which is brilliant, which is a great job. If you're trying to make your plate high protein and cutting down on carbs, you're also cutting down on fiber.
Mm.
You can't go low carb, high fiber because carb is fiber. Yeah. So I think that perspective was brilliant. What he mentioned was the order of the food, fill up on the 30%. So the principle is called high. Our body doesn't understand, it's called energy density. That's the name of the principle, energy density. Our body does not understand calories. Our body doesn't understand that 2 tablespoons of oil is X 220 calories and 1 apple is 80 calories. So if you have 3 apples, that's equivalent to 2 tablespoon oil. Or if you have 2 tablespoon oil, I should feel full because it's 220 calories. Our body doesn't understand. Our body understands volume. Your stomach size is estimately this much. So till this
Heart is
area,
this, stomach is this.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So till this area is not filled, you'll feel hungry. So if I'm going to have 2 apples, I'll feel full because volume wise it's higher. But that could be lesser calories than the oil. So what he was trying to say is fill up on the vegetables and fruits because they're high in volume but low in calories. So you're fooling your stomach into believing that it's almost full.
Oh.
Then you will not overeat on the whatever remaining is
The
coming up.
carbs.
The
Crazy.
proteins or the carbs or
So
whatever.
it's the energy density.
Yes.
Hence the order is important. Like, you
Yeah.
eat your fiber first,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
your proteins,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
comes carbs.
Yeah, but carb fiber, that's the same thing.
I mean,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't say eat fiber first and carb last. I would say eat raw first. Because raw tends to be higher in energy density. Yeah, because
And not just because of the insulin
Yeah.
spike.
Yeah.
It's the
yeah.
density
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fills it.
Yes,
Oh,
which fills
interesting.
it. Has the benefit of insulin spike. He's right because it is high fiber. It also has benefit of insulin spike. But so this is a thing which this is a lifestyle change. We use it with our clients and myself. Start your meal raw. But what happens when I'm traveling? Start your meal raw. What happens when there's a wedding? Start your meal raw. That's why it's not a diet. That's why we don't do calorie counting. And it's not hard. Raw means if you're in a restaurant, order the salad. If you're traveling somewhere you don't have salad, take a fruit. It's also raw. Also energy density, also same benefits. So you're getting, start your meal raw. Yeah. We've changed it slightly. Bangalore climate started getting really cold. People don't like salads in the night. So we say start your meal with a soup if it's dinner. Yeah. Especially because it has to be something you can follow it for the rest of your life. And religiously we do it at home. And my parents hate it. They hate it.
Why?
It's so surprising when your younger parents keep telling you what to eat, what not to eat. When you grow older, you have to tell them now eat this, eat. They hate it because food is very delicious at home. Masala dosa is being prepared. Why you want to drink a soup before that? So you will not want to. So amazing food is being prepared, but I will not let them eat till you don't finish your soup.
Oh,
Finish your
wow.
soup first. Yeah.
Nice.
Again, energy density, soup is high volume. You're going to fill up yourself, but it's only vegetables and water. So it's really not a lot of calories. You will not overeat in your meal. But I will make the family finish their bowl of soup if they want to eat the next thing after that.
The body doesn't feel cheated. Doesn't it read the patterns and later doesn't mean that in next 2 or 3 hours immediately you'll feel hungry?
No, mostly not. So because our energy needs have come down a lot. Normal people who exercise for no more than 1 hour a day, that too maximum I'm saying, we are sitting so much. Now, I was talking to my dad, and he told that he used to walk to the school and come back. So, casually asked him, how much would that be? Like a kilometer? And he's like, are you crazy? That was about 6, 7 kilometers one way. So, it was about 12, 15 kilometers.
Wow.
Most of our parents have done that. Transportation is now. So, there, and then he's like, after we came back, we used to play 2 hours of cricket. And then you people never understand that entire thing where parents always do. But basically, he was covering 35,000 steps per day. Very
Great.
high.
35.
Yeah. How much my whoop celebrates when I do 7,000. Doesn't it?
Isn't
We
it
don't. It's
right?
very hard to reach 7, 8,000.
Yep.
So every time I set a target high, it tells me set it low because you're not reaching the 9,000. So start from 7 and then because we are not walking. So our energy needs are actually very less. It's less compared to what they used to eat back
If you want to
then.
hack here, I can tell you something. I play badminton.
Oh, yeah.
2 hours
It
of
covers
it.
there. Yeah.
My 8,000, 10,000 is
Is
over
covered there.
just
Yeah.
2,000, whatever, 2 hours
Oh,
of
that's amazing.
badminton. And again, I walk every day for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Somehow I catch up.
So how much would that totally come out to? 1 hour plus 2 hours of badminton.
Plus, and don't yell at me, I also ensure at least 3 to 4 days strength training is done.
So how much would the total steps come out to?
17,000.
Oh, so that's with 2 hours of badminton, 1 hour of walking, and strength training. Most people are not doing that. So it's very hard to get. Yeah. So same, we love pickleball. So pickleball days, the step count is there. But on the days you're not really playing an active sport, it's not reaching.
True that.
And yeah, and because energy needs are less, most likely you're not going to get hung. You will first 1 week, 2 weeks, body might do drama because you're used to that many calories. Insulin surges and spikes are happening accordingly. But trust me, after those 2 weeks have passed, you will not feel hungry.
Amazing. Thanks for giving us a deeper understanding as to how the food should be eaten and the energy density and all of that. So yes, we were talking about sugar, condiments, junk food. I mean, Insta food. I know Maggie is a controversial
Yeah.
thing, and but when you all speak of these things, right? Do these corporations come behind you all?
I'm not food pharma, so I don't think. Oh, the other thing, what we are doing now, very realistically speaking, we want to be able to do 80-20. Realistically speaking, I don't have a child. If I had a child in today's generation, where the child is going to birthday parties and schools, etc., will you really be able to keep the child away from junk food forever? You can't. So you have to find a way where it is an 80-20, 80% healthy, 20% now. I love what some of the influencers like Food Pharma are doing. They're really changing the industry, which is what should be done. You can't control kids. How will you control kids? You have to change the industry, and I think they are doing such a fabulous job. But till we come to a point where Indian food system is better, find that 80-20 approach for your own individual family.
Thank you. And the fourth and the fifth.
Yeah,
the
you will
food
hate
which
me for the
is-
fourth point. Genuinely dairy products. I really, really feel that very high adulterations. Kids thrive. Yes, nutrition has to be planned, especially for a growing age, because every child's energy needs are very different. I
milk,
know
calcium.
that's what, yeah. So nutrition needs have to be planned better. But calcium, interestingly, countries with the highest consumption of dairy products, a study shows, have also the highest rate of hip fractures and bone fractures. So it's counteractive calcium. The mechanisms will be too difficult to explain here and for people to comprehend. But I will post a few links just for you in your description for people who want to have a more technical understanding of how what happens.
These are all papers published.
Yes, yeah, published data. So I will send it to you so you can just educate the audience who are a little bit more curious. Can
Sure.
go and so not the best, but like I said, energy needs are different. Most kids now play, you're not playing outdoor activities, but you're into sports. Yeah, you have after school badminton class and you have football and you have classes you're going to. So energy needs accordingly, nutrition should be planned. That's why I tell people generally at least once a year, one time, visit a nutritionist. Let it professionally be done. You don't have to do it for the rest of the year. Once a year, one time. Learn. Next year, your needs will change. Do it again.
It's for kids, right?
Especially for kids.
Around
Everyone
what age are you
generally,
talking about?
5 years upwards. 5 years till about 18, where the growth is happening. So that needs to be planned well. Yeah. Dairy highly linked to also PCOS symptoms. So especially for girls, that age group of the 11 to 14, work with an expert in terms of understanding how you can keep dairy out of the diet. Still make sure nutritional needs are met. The kid is thriving, yeah, not surviving, thriving and growing. Yeah, can be very
What's the
very
difference
well.
between thriving and surviving?
Surviving is just making it through. Thriving is, yeah,
Like what food changes should one make? Like for mothers watching here, any hacks
yeah,
here? I mean, apart from the consultation and all of that, just
yeah.
asking, how much do you all charge for a consultation?
So ours is on a higher end because we have probably a, till where I know of any other organization, least client to coach ratio. The number of clients per coach handles is the least. So
Like what's
there's a lot
yours?
of
1:2?
40. It's very, very low. So
What's
with
the industry standard?
industry average is 150.
What? One coach is handling 150
Yeah.
clients.
Then it becomes like a call center. Really. And it's sad. And
Like how do you all handle what's your like hygiene?
so if you're looking, I'll tell you where we came up with the number 40. Working hours for the coaches are about 48 hours per week. We wanted to give 1 hour per coach per person. So let's say that they're connecting with you once in a week, and we do only chronic disease, much more severe. When they're connecting with you once in a week, you're telling, hey, these changes were possible. This, as per my lifestyle, is not possible. Or I was able to do this, but the family didn't support in terms of this cooking, which happens in a shared Indian household. Families mostly handled by one person, and you don't have daily interference. So this is possible. So all these changes are discussed. This is the areas I felt great in. This is the areas I don't feel great. This modification is required. So it would take 30 to 45 minutes for the call, and it would take another 30 to 45 minutes to do the planning for the next week. So we decided with 40 clients, the turn up ratio is about 80%. 80% of people turn up. 20% of the people, no matter what you do, they will not turn up. And there can be many reasons for that. So with 80% turn up ratio, that's about 32 to 32, 33 clients, active clients. 30 hours per week is going in that client work.
How
And the
many coaches
remaining,
are there?
huh?
How many coaches are there?
Oh, we have many coaches now. But that's because we have a clinic space, we have a physical space. But because that 30 hours per week is going into client work, remaining towards education, paperwork, upgrading your knowledge, in 48 hours, that is the maximum you can do. You can't take up more clients than 40. So that was the number we came up with, and we've stuck to that. And we are doing really well in terms of results. I think in terms of diabetes, we have what 95% plus success rate, which is a diabetes remission, bringing your diabetes, getting you off medications or minimum medications. Definitely seeing an improvement in your fasting glucose and A1Cs. Same with cholesterol and hypertension, psoriasis, certain autoimmune conditions, and that's only possible when that one-on-one attention is given. So that is something that we have been really careful about.
Got it. So, still a number that you would like to indicate?
Oh, the price. Oh,
Yep.
yeah, of course. It's there on our app. If you, our
What's your
app is
app?
called Living Plus by RS. Living, LIVING, plus by RS. I'll leave the link in the description below. Our prices are up there, but our 3 months package average at about 50,000.
So, right now, at any point in time, uh, what's your clientele number, average numbers?
So, what other thing which we have is our website is probably the number one in India when it comes to plant based nutrition. We have blogs on everything from Alzheimer's to autism to all diseases possible. And they
Wow.
are very in depth, pre GPT, literally manual research done blogs with links to the studies and easy to understand, simplifying education, nutritional education. So we don't even insist for a lot of people to sign up with us. If you can get your knowledge outside, get it outside. Yeah, don't need to sign up with us. But that being said, we see our consultations last for about 1 hour, initial consultation. So we can't cater to more than 6 or 7 people per day. That's the maximum we can cater to, because initial consultation is with a doctor, which lasts for 1 hour. So 6 consultation is what we do per day on a daily basis. Yeah, so that's the average.
So, how many doctors and how many coaches do you have?
So our total team is about 25 people, and that includes doctors, nutrition coaches, psychologists, wellness experts, fitness experts, um, Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think, again, one of a few clinics where you see allopathy doctors along with Ayurveda doctors, along with homeopathy doctors working in synchronization to see what is the best for the client.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So after dairy products, what's the last one? Last one to wreck
Yeah.
your gut health.
Okay. I wouldn't say wreck your gut health, but cause a lot of chronic diseases in general. Also, gut health, because it does lead to inflammation, is salt. Now, we are not born with a salt taste. So, I was giving you an example of buttermilk some time back. So, if you have buttermilk at home versus outside, you'll not like the taste. And one of the factors can be because the amount of salt you use at home is different from the salt outside. And let's say that you grew up in a household where buttermilk was made without salt.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't like salt in your buttermilk.
Mm-hmm.
You find it too salty.
Right. Suddenly
Correct?
there's a rush coming into your taste buds.
Yeah, the rush coming to your taste buds, unpleasant rush. So it's a very developed taste. So as a family, if you learn to use less and less salt in your food, it becomes easy for the kids to grow up with that taste buds.
Like I have this issue. I eat a lot of salt.
Hmm.
I know people keep taunting me, BP, whatever, hypertension and water retention, all of that. But still now, how do I take a U-turn? Calculated risk.
No, don't calculate. Calculation can become tricky. You're not going to measure your salt and put in your food.
Like how do I reduce and
So I would say start with one particular dish, make it completely salt free every single day. But trust me, within a week you'll develop the taste for that. Example, because you said you use a lot of salt, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone randomly. And rice is a staple which is cooked every day. Make your rice salt free or reduce the
that's
salt.
anyways.
Yeah, which find out one dish, reduce that salt in that particular dish only. Then for that dish, the taste buds will change. And then slowly you can start making switches too.
How much time does it take? 1 week.
Yeah, about 21 days. 1 week,
21.
when you
For your
start
taste
accumulating,
buds to like.
21-ish days. And you're comfortable with a new type of taste then.
Thank you. Now, quickly, I have another question which is about 3 morning habits that's hurting my gut.
One, not enough sunlight exposure. So gut health is associated with many things. Not enough sunlight exposure in the night creates a domino effect which impacts your sleep the next day.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah.
Not enough
Interesting.
sunlight.
In the day. So when I go in the sunlight in the morning, sunlight is touching my eyes and creating a series of hormonal reactions, one of which is to release my sleep hormones a few hours later in the day. So if I'm not getting the sunlight in the morning, my sleep that particular night is getting impacted without you even realizing.
Crazy. So how much of sunlight exposure should I have? 20
10
minutes?
to 15 minutes of sunlight is more than enough. But again, find an activity where you can couple the sunlight with that activity. If you're anyways, I have a dog, so taking the dog for a walk is the activity for me. But if you're anyways doing your morning prayers, do it in the sunlight. If you're anyways sitting with a loved one and enjoying your coffee, do it in the sunlight.
What's the time like? 7:30 to 9?
As early as
AM?
possible.
Yeah?
Yeah, it gets a little polluted afterwards. So I would do it the pre-8 o'clock. Yeah, I wouldn't do it very, very late. So that's one morning habit. The second one is lack of mobility. Most of them just shower, eat, office.
The
Where is
morning also?
movement? Yeah.
You need mobility.
Yeah. Stretches, certain asanas like malasana done in the morning, but certain asanas that really allows you to really churn your stomach. Very interesting again, especially in resistance training, like you said with strength training. I love strength training. I love it. It's my therapy. My therapy is genuinely strength training. And I come from a background of bodybuilding, so I've done it too much. Strength training will not necessarily train the rotation aspect. We do push, pull, unidirectional movements. So one direction movements. We don't rotate a lot. Unless you're working on your abs constantly, you need that churning for the intestines to stay active. Yoga does a lot of rotation. Find a way to integrate rotation into your
Interesting.
movement. So movement in the morning, sunlight exposure in the morning. Third thing is don't have food as soon as you wake up.
What's the gap
1
to be
hour,
given? 1
60
hour?
minutes.
Should I avoid coffee or tea as well in the first hour?
Yeah, I would, because it's again a hormone related thing. Your digestive hormones have still not woken up. Sleep hormones are still high. You don't want to provide stress to the body. You give it a 1 hour gap. Water, definitely. If it helps with your bowel movement, if coffee helps with your bowel movement, try water, warm water, all of that. But this is more for people who soak things in the night and they wait to wake up in the morning, rush and eat those soaked things. Eat it after an hour.
What's your thought about these almonds and the nuts that they
The soaking
soak?
part,
Yep.
yeah. People with digestive issues definitely helps because it gets rid of something called phytic acid.
What all nuts do come into play?
All.
All.
Yeah, all. Depends on condition to condition. So if you have a thyroid disorder, Brazil nut. If it is hair health and skin health, then I would do the walnuts and the chia seed and high omega 3 nuts, almonds. So anything. If it's energy needs, I would do cashews.
So why do I have to soak it?
So nuts have something called phytic acid. Phytic acid is a protective compound in the plant. Yeah, it protects the plant if an animal is coming to eat it. It's a bitter tasting thing. Protects the plant. Phytic acid can be an anti-nutrient. Anti-nutrient means it reduces the absorption of nutrients in your body.
This phytic acid.
Yeah, that's the negative part of phytic acid. The positive part of phytic acid is it's anti-cancerous.
Oh.
So it has a pros and cons. Yeah, so there is pros and cons. So that doesn't mean you never eat nuts. But if I have a client with gut issues where anyway nutrient absorption is reduced, gastric, bloating, acidity, constipation, diarrhea, any gut issues, I would do the soaked nuts because it's easier on the system to digest.
So when you soak, the phytic acid is washed out?
When you soak, the phytic acid content is reduced by a huge percentage. Yeah, soaking, cooking reduces phytic acid. Soak, throw away the soaked water, eat the nuts. Yeah.
Interesting.
So soaking reduces phytic acid. So all the gastric problem people, I would do the soaking. But the problem with the soaking is you forget to soak. So if I told that don't have nuts unless it's soaked, you'll never have nuts. You'll forget. People forget in the night to soak. So it's okay. It still has anti-cancer properties. It's really actually good for you. So phytic acid is not all bad. Yeah. So if you
Interesting.
remember, soak it. Don't remember, it's okay.
You're balanced. It's fine. You spoke about gut absorption. And while I was going through certain documentaries, I did stumble upon Hack Your Health documentary, which is on
Everyone's talking about
Netflix.
it. Yeah. So interesting.
It was such an eye opener. It was a
Yeah.
slap on my face. I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah. A little disgusting to watch if you're OCD'd by poop.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's one part of it. But I mean, I was
Surprised,
startled,
right?
you know, with how the food gets into the gut and the kind of signals that the
Yeah.
microbiomes send and all of that. So keeping this in mind, I mean, I would definitely suggest people to watch this. Any other recommendations that you have in terms of documentaries that one should watch?
Hack Your Health was the one on gut, which is really interesting. But the three interesting documentaries, I would recommend everyone to watch. All are on Netflix. The
All?
first, all on
Acha,
Netflix.
all on Netflix, okay.
I think all on Netflix, or it's free on YouTube. The first one is Game Changers, which tracks plant-based athletes and shows how plant-based athletes have an extra edge over meat-based athletes. And interestingly, a lot of the top-level plant-based athletes, the Williams sisters, Djokovic, a lot of people
Even
are
Kohli gave up on
Kohli,
Right.
Virat Kohli, are plant based or go plant based during their peak training season because it is the most anti inflammatory diet. It helps you recover faster, it helps you get back to your flow faster, to train better. Game Changers goes through the science behind how a plant based diet can help an athlete progress. So, Game Changers would be number one. The second would be What the Health, which is more from a pharmaceutical and a food industry, the who's who, the top who's who, and how they influence the dietary guidelines. Very interesting because this guy is going through and interviewing people in the top position who make decisions about what we should be eating and directly questioning them that how can you say this when studies show, and they all refuse to talk on the documentary. They're shutting him off, and it's his journey. So it's called What the Health. Yeah.
Any food
He targets
options?
McDonald's and he targets the big corporates, and he shows how all of them are really just interconnected and benefit out of we eating junk food, bad food. It's really interesting.
All right. And the last one?
Third one is You Are What You Eat. Uh, it's twins. So we say that our body type, our disease risk is everything is our genetics. So they've taken twins and they've taken a few pairs of twins and they've done studies where one twin is following a plant-based diet and one twin is following a carnivore diet. I think they've kept calories and multiple other things similar. but it's twin studies to show that what happens after a few months of eating plant-based or meat-based.
Interesting. So it's all about twins.
It's showing that genetics actually does not have an influence with regard to your disease risk. It's really what you eat, and
No
that
wonder
has
they
an
call it you're what you eat.
you are what you
So you
eat.
spoke about gut absorption, and then how do I know if my gut is operating at its full potential?
Watch out for symptoms of bloating, gastric, acidity, uh, diarrhea, constipation, urgency to pass stools. I know, like, especially now with social media, we like to blame everything on gut. Yeah, depression is gut, hair is gut, skin is gut, everything is gut. And I think, at least for the last decade, everyone just correlated everything with gut, 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 gut. It's not necessarily true. It's not that all of your problems are because of your gut. Could be. Gut is central to everything, but we are very, very new in terms of trying to research in this area and understand more in terms of your gut microbiome and its impact on your health. But if you have obvious signs of urgency to pass stools, you'll know, because we've had clients where they develop agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is the fear of leaving home because you don't know when you'll have a bathroom emergency and where you'll have to
Oh.
rush. We had a professor, university professor in one of the European countries, a top level professor working with us, where he had a particular gut disease called ulcerative colitis. And while teaching the class, he had a bowel movement. And it develops so much of obviously fear, and it's his life. That's all he's learned to do. It's his profession, is everything. Um, and he just stopped being a professor after that. So you'll know when you're struggling with, and we worked, and he's doing fantastic today, and dedicated his life now towards understanding the disease better and building an AI tool to help people come
Oh.
out of, yeah. But people develop that fear of leaving home because you might have an incident anywhere. Yeah.
Hmm. So what are these four gut healing or gut friendly Indian options that I should be having on my plate?
Fiber. One is huge, is fiber. The
Lots of
only
veggies
food is,
and
yeah, not veggies and
fruits.
fruits, because veggies and fruits are so high in water content. They have fiber, but if you look at cucumber, 90% is water. It's
Right.
really not as much fiber.
Oh yeah.
Same with all other vegetables
Then
and fruits, very high. Whole grains and pulses, millets, ragi, jowar, bajra, anything which is whole, brown rice, mata rice, anything which is
there's a
whole,
lot of
whole grains,
whole grains and the
pulses.
bran.
Yes. And the pulses, which is your all the dals, masoor, chickpeas, kidney
Interesting.
beans, all of those.
When you talk about pulses, right? Like I put a plate on my Insta every day, like 30, 40, 30.
Mm-hmm.
When I put a lot of these pulses,
Yeah.
the sundals and all of that, I get a
Yeah.
comment saying, doesn't it cause gas and all
Yeah.
of that? So
Yeah.
how do you
Oh,
handle
it
it?
can. So, fiber is, when it breaks down in the stomach, it does ferment also. So, it will not for you, because if you've been having it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
For someone whose fiber intake is just 10 grams today, a plate like that would cover a lot more than that. So, we'll have to start with whatever the person's starting point is and increment it only by 5 grams per week till they are used to it.
Gradually.
Yeah. So, it's like telling that I'm a smoker, and if I drop smoking, then I get jitteriness, I get nausea, I get all these reactions, the addiction reactions. So I'm not going to stop smoking because smoking is good for me. So you're getting a reaction, right? So that doesn't mean smoking is good. So when you're eating pulses, you're getting a reaction in your gut, right? So that doesn't mean pulses are bad. You can't correlate like this. You have to get used to it. Sometimes if the gas is too much excessive, work with an expert to slowly introduce it. That's where the knowledge of nutrition comes in. Um, Otherwise, it'll pass. Wait for a few weeks and then you're going to get more claim to it.
So number one food is fiber.
Hmm.
What's next?
Resistant starches. So resistant starches act like fiber in the body.
What's
Resistant
resistance
starches come from
starches?
a lot of the root vegetables, potatoes, sweet
Sweet
potatoes,
potato,
yeah, yams. All of these are high resistant starch vegetables.
which has a lot of starch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they also come from whole grains like rice, brown rice. Yeah. So introduce those to your diet. And the third would be some sort of a fermented food. Yeah. pickles are fermented.
Kimchi.
Kimchi is difficult to find.
I mean, if
making-
you're experimenting with that.
yeah,
Pickles and for Indian kitchen,
yeah, Indian
fermented
kitchen
can
would be
mean what?
pickles. Anything like idli dosa, we fermented in the night, would be fermented, and plant-based curds are great for fermented. Yeah.
So the quantity is what, like
Um, fermented foods are really not as important as uh, the pulses and the fiber, because fermented foods have something called probiotics. Pulses fiber have something called prebiotics, which in the gut is converted to probiotics. So, anyways, getting it, yeah. But if you're introducing, try to make it a lifestyle. What I say is half a cup of curd with lunch. Anyways, we're having buttermilk or curd. So, introduce it as part of your lifestyle. Plant-based curd. A tablespoon of pickle, just make sure the oil content is not too much, because it's easy for us to overload our pickles with oils. Or just, like you said, kimchi or something. My partner and I love sushi, so we always do 2 times in a week. We have a sushi night, and we do the kimchi or sauerkraut or something like that.
wow. Kimchi or the other one?
Sauerkraut is also like a fermented pickle, radish, cabbage. It can be anything.
Now
Just
let's
drop.
say there's somebody who's watching us right now.
Hmm.
Probably didn't know, the impact of 40s starts from
Yeah.
your 20s and 30s. The damage is done. Now,
Yeah.
what do I do now? Like, is this irreversible, or at 40s or even late 40s or
Yeah.
early 50s? What should I do now?
I think it'll be more of a problem for this generation, because we are exposed to hormone disruptors. The generation before us, our parents, they were not exposed so much. So the cases were not that high of menopause or hormonal imbalance. So their journey was much more smoother. But I think it's going to be more and more of a problem as the next generation
The
is
real
growing
wave is
older.
going to hit now.
Yeah, yeah. I feel so that's the thing. So if I think work with the nutrition, all of the other aspects, if that is not happening, then approach a expert. Try bioidentical hormone replacement.
So now, for women in their 20s
Hmm.
and 30s and 40s, could you please help us with a hack? What to do so that your menopause
Yeah,
is smooth.
yeah. Work on your body fat percentage. Make sure that you're not crossing the obesity line. As we grow older, it also becomes harder and harder for us to start losing weight. The second thing, if I were to say, and this is coming from seeing a lot of clients, ditch dairy. Your highest consumption of sex hormones is coming from you're consuming sex hormones directly. Yeah.
Oh God,
So,
dude, I
ditch
eat a
dairy.
lot of paneer.
Yeah. Switch it for tofu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ditch dairy.
Okay. Then
Yeah. These things I think, and
even your Greek yogurts then.
yes. Greek yogurts, definitely. They have a lot of sugar. They are not the healthiest source. Yeah.
Then what can be
See,
an alternate for
if
Greek
money
yogurt?
is an issue and you're looking for the cheapest source of nutrients, you go for things. But, and when I say money is an issue, I really don't mean roti, sabzi, dal, chawal is not expensive. It's really not expensive. And like I said, if almond milk, walnut milk is a problem, rice milk, oat milk is cheaper than. So if you're making it at home, yeah.
But
I'm
uske through
talking
you
about
make your curd
Yeah.
and probably consume it as Greek yogurt is what you're saying.
yeah. So, but if you're living in places where connectivity is less, you really don't have access to things, or you're living in really poverty-driven places. Yeah, we are looking for the fastest source of nutrients, and then you're going to go for alternatives. But if you're with most people listening to this podcast, if it's people who are listening to this, you're educated enough that you're investing on information. Yeah. So with most people, money is really not that much of. You can afford roti, sabzi, dal, chawal. Switch for sources which are much healthier.
Wow. So body fat, ditch dairy.
Yeah. Or do an experiment. That's what when I come from a vegetarian Gujarati family, which is high dairy family. There's ghee on top of everything. There is obviously a lot of milk and buttermilk and all of that. So when I came there was a lot of reading. I came across something that was for me an aha moment. After this, I don't want to go back to eating dairy. But I took it up as a 7-day challenge only, because I didn't want to set myself up for failure. And I
Okay.
woke up that very next morning. I woke up and we were supposed to go out for breakfast in Bangalore as a family. And I was sitting on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think it would be so hard. And I'm looking at the menu, and I'm like, I'll just have a dosa without butter. And someone sitting across me said, no, but I'm sure they use ghee while cooking it. I'm like, correct, it could be possible. So let me go for an idli. And the person said, no, they might be using yogurt in the batter. So I went through the list and they ruled out you can't have anything, just have black coffee and that's it. You can't. That was in education and ignorance. If you actually look at South Indian cuisine by its nature is 90% plant based. You have a source. And most places, idli is vegan. They are not adding yogurt to the batter and thing. And I've checked with a lot of the restaurants
Yeah, they
because
just add
they
urad
just add
dal,
urad dal and soda.
rice, and
Yeah,
they ferment
they
it, like just
ferment
let
it.
it be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your
I
sambars, you're
think
getting
rava idli might have
Rava idli might have, yeah.
yogurt. Yeah.
Rava
I mean
idli
the curd.
MTR, the ready mix doesn't have. So, but yes, you're right. Rava idli might have. Your sambars, your chutneys are all plant based. Yeah.
Right, coconut, right?
Rasams, yeah, coconut, yeah. Rasams made at home is all plant based. Puriyals are plant based. So 90% your plate is actually plant based.
South Indian diet is mostly that
It
only,
is,
right?
yeah. You have a
Especially vegetarian
component
diet.
of dairy,
Okay.
which is traditionally how a plate was supposed to look. Because cows were at home, they were pets, and there was a little bit of excess dairy after the calf was finished the drinking. So there was a little bit of dairy component. We have made that little component
Hmm.
as 50% of our plate now.
Yeah,
Paneer
no?
sabzis were not a thing. So we have made it a big part of our plate now. We have added a lot of dairy in our desserts. The way we are having right now, we're not traditionally had, and all of them are dairy
We used
heavy.
to get a piece of cake probably once a month.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
or
Yeah.
even chocolate was a big deal.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Toffees.
Yeah.
And today,
Used everywhere. Yeah. So if you're looking at the totality of it, we are eating much, much more than how we traditionally used to eat.
so in your 7-day challenge, what do you think is a
So the
starting
7-day
point?
challenge for me was I obviously educated myself, came across people, spoke to more people. It became easier and easier with every day. I remember I was into bodybuilding at that time. And as a bodybuilder, you're lifting a lot of weights, you're training for very long hours. And I used to have joint pains. My wrist, knees, and my little fingers used to pain a lot.
Mm.
And whenever I used to speak to someone in the gym, the trainers or other people working out, they would say, "This is amazing. That means you're training really intense." So it was like a badge of honor that your joints are paining. You're doing really well in life, which is not. Your joints should never pain. Never. If
Yeah,
you're
posture
professional,
issue.
posture issue. But for me, it was not one joint. All the joints are hurting. So it was more systemic. So it's not posture issue. So for me, it was hurting. That's all I knew. And at that time, I used to be on a high protein diet, which in a vegetarian sense is a high dairy diet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cottage cheese, a lot of whey protein, casein protein, a lot of yogurt, Greek yogurt, everything which is high dairy. And during the 1 week challenge, I went on a completely dairy free diet.
Mm-hmm.
By day 4 or day 5, surprisingly, all my joint pains went away. So I used to wake up in the morning and it would take me 10 minutes to get out of bed because this was difficult. Joints were static, right, throughout the night. So it would take 10 minutes just to move and this was when I was 23, 24. It was just difficult to do this and get out of bed. And by day 4, day 5, there's suddenly no joint pains. And this is a fact. We work with clients with rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, psoriatic arthritis, and we stop dairy from the diet. And for every single person, anywhere between the first and the third week, pain reduction happens without any other modality of treatment.
Oh, wow.
No painkillers are given here at this point. No steroids or anything is given. No IV, no IR, no ozone. Nothing else is done. Changing their nutritional habit. We add superfoods, etc. But dairy is removed from the diet week 1 to week 3. And these are people who are much older. Because arthritis is 45, 55, 65, that age group. Digestion is a lot of times impacted. They are not able to chew. We have people of 85, they have dentures, so they can't chew food a lot. So you can't give salads and stuff. You have to give very soft food. So nutritionally, there's only limited changes which we can do. We remove the dairy and we see that inflammation goes down.
Oh, wow.
It was
so,
surprising.
listening to this, can I randomly experiment this?
7 days challenge? Oh, 100%.
Take
If
your time.
I could do it at a time when YouTube did not have resources and on the recipes which you can make. And it's genuinely not hard. What you're already doing, if it has a component of dairy, remove it. 7 days challenge, that's it. I really challenge people who have joint pains or gut issues to try this. Yeah, hormonal health will take time because it's hormonal imbalance. Your next period will not become all right. It'll take a few months for it. It will still become all right, but it's a huge impact it can make. Yeah, it depends. If you're a athlete or someone with very high physical needs, obviously take support because suddenly you're dropping calories and you don't know how to replace it. So obviously take help from a professional a nutrition coach. But if you just want to do it as a challenge, you will not die in 7 days. I promise you.
Amazing.
Try it.
So body fat, dish dairy, the experiment, and what else can one do, women especially, to ensure smooth menopause transition?
I think besides the ones which we have covered, fitness plays a huge role. This is also the time because menopause is associated. Estrogen protects your bones. Estrogen, the female sex hormone, protects your bones. It's a really good effect in terms of bone health. During menopause, estrogen levels plummet. They go down. So you're missing out on the benefit of bone health. Now, how do the bones stay strong? The bones only stay strong if you use them.
You jump, or either you basically
I would say resistance training. Jumping, if you've never trained in your life at that age, suddenly can be hard. But resistance does not have to mean gym. That's it. Don't associate the two because gym can be
Resistance as in?
intimidating. I'll tell
Example?
you. Resistance can be Ashtanga yoga. Resistance can be Pilates. Resistance is any activity that challenges your muscle fibers. Yeah. Things at home with a resistance band.
Weight training?
Yeah. Weight training also. But for women generally in their 50s who have never entered a gym, it can be very intimidating. And we used to own fitness centers. We had 3 fitness centers. And we worked very, very hard to get the ratio to 40% women, 60% men. I was not able to get it beyond that. And this was after a female owner pushing towards getting more women in the gym, doing a lot of hard work. We still were able to get only 40-60. So it can be pretty intimidating for women at 55 to enter a gym which is dominated by men. It can be difficult. Yeah. So if gym does not come naturally to you, don't worry about it. Don't try something that is naturally coming to you. But it can't be Zumba because it's not challenging a muscle fiber.
Just cardio, right?
It's cardio. Yeah. It can't be walking. It's cardio. It can't be swimming or playing badminton. Great exercises for your cardiovascular health. But at that time, you need to challenge your muscle fibers to help development of your bone, to protect your bones. That is not happening.
So Ashtanga, Pilates, still a good starter for somebody
I
in
love
their
Pilates,
50s.
especially now. I think it's such a fabulous form of fitness because it combines strength with balance. You're balancing. And as we grow older, we lose balance. So people have sudden falls. And Indians are not taught to train their balance. Unless you're into yoga. When did we casually stand on one foot? We don't train our balance. And falling leads to fractures, hip fractures, which means 6-8 months of bed rest, depression, and in a lot of times, depression can lead to death by itself. Anyways, geriatric population depression, we need to be very careful about. So, training balance.
How does depression lead to death in the silvers?
No. Depression does not lead to death in that sense. But generally, with geriatric population, when there is depression, it's almost a no purpose to life. I don't have anything to look forward to. That
age and the time.
Yeah. So
only takes them down south.
It takes them down south. Yeah. So I would highly balance is something everyone should anyways train. Pilates is such a beautiful form of fitness that combines strength and balance at the same time. So you're doing your resistance work also, you're doing your balance also. You're doing both in one go to prepare you for ages to come.
So Pilates, when I had gone to Amsterdam recently, there's a nice, call it a trend or something that's not going to stay forever. It was a cruise, okay?
Yeah.
On the cruise, you have these Pilates beds, right?
Yes.
The ones that slowly they push away and then pull it in. Firstly, I was surprised. It's on a moving cruise, and secondly, the Pilates concept. So they're all wearing stuff, and then the coach was giving I think it was a silent session or something like that.
Wow.
Like, they're getting the instructions and then, we couldn't hear any of it. So after looking at that, now I have two doubts. I think for India, what's this new machine that's come wherein, the Pilates bed, what does it do?
It's the same thing. So Stotts Pilates bed, the
What's
bed you're
called? What's
talking
it
about,
called?
Stotts Pilates, the Pilates bed, it's the same everywhere. So basically, because the Pilates beds has these um, strings attached, yeah, and these strings will provide the resistance. So if you pull apart, it's going to want to come back. Yeah, you pull apart, it's going to want, and you're pulling it against
It has the
resistance.
elastic effect.
Has the elastic effect. So it's these strings. So imagine doing a lunge. You're also trying to balance, and it's also strength. You're also challenging your muscle fibers for strength, and then you come back. And it's very safe. It's very, very safe. Guided for the first few sessions. I wouldn't suggest anyone to go. And I think in most Pilates studios in India I've seen, it's only guided sessions. You can do a guided group session, guided personal training. I don't think they allow people just to go by themselves and just do sessions, because sometimes if you're not used to, you might come back with a bang. Not scaring anyone. It's very, very safe when you're doing it with an instructor. So that's why I like, for that menopausal population, I really like Pilates.
So should we buy this or
No,
should we
no,
just
no,
go
no,
for
you have
a
to go. It's
train?
really expensive.
Yeah.
The Pilates beds are expensive. It's not
Like to the
something you
tune
can,
of
8 to 10 lakhs. Yeah.
to go and
Yeah, yeah. Go to
enroll
a studio.
yourself
Yeah.
to a studio and do all
Yes.
of this.
Yeah. You might get cheaper ones on India Mart or something, but I don't suggest, because those the strings, they have to be of a certain quality. You don't want anything to break while you're trying to do Pilates by yourself.
Got it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And you don't have to do daily.
This one?
2 sessions in a week is more than enough.
Start
Yeah, yeah. The Pilates.
Pilates.
2 sessions, or
How
reformer
expensive is this?
Pilates, it's called.
How expensive are the sessions in India?
It's about the same cost as a personal training at a fitness studio, which would come up to approximately 5 to 6,000 per month for a group session, 12 to 15,000 per month for personal training for 12 sessions, 3 times in a week.
Looking at close to $1,000 per session.
Yeah, approximately $1,000 per session. I think Cult has come up with their own Pilates models, and whenever Cult does something, prices get super cheap. So now we might have more access to it. But like I said, you don't need a lot of sessions. My mom does it, and she's the postmenopausal, and she does 2 sessions in a week. She absolutely loves it. There was a time recently we had clicked a picture and we could see her bicep formation and looking really sexy and very beautiful. But we have put her in that because it takes care of her balance and strength, and both at the same time.
This is coming from a noob who has no idea about Pilates.
Pilates,
Okay?
yeah. You
What are
tried
we-
it in
what are we-
Amsterdam, or you didn't try
No,
it?
I just saw it.
Oh my God, you should try it.
Ah.
You will love it.
So tell me 3 things Pilates does to a woman.
So it is on the bed. Yeah, so you're doing everything on this a bed formation. It's like a bed formation, and it has elastic strings attached, which adds the resistance. You can keep adding more and more strings if you want to make it easier or harder, depending on what exercise you're doing. So let's say that, have you seen a leg press machine in
Yeah.
a gym?
Yeah?
So when you do leg press, you're pushing the weight
Against gravity.
Yeah, but the coming back is happening on its own.
Which you're resisting it. I mean, hopefully with your...
Yeah, yeah. So when you're doing it in a in a Pilates, you're pushing it, but when you're coming, you have to be much, much more careful, because those strings are pulling it back. So you have to hold it much, much more carefully.
So both ways you're controlling it.
Yes.
Pushing and pulling it
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Yeah, and there are many things you do it on the machine with single leg, with both the legs, one leg off the machine, one leg on the machine.
It's only for the legs, right?
No, upper
You can-
body also.
whole
You train
body
the
you can
entire
do?
body, yeah. Yeah, you train the entire body. If anyone's watching and you have access to, definitely try a class. I think it'll be worth remembering for the rest of your life.
So 3 things nobody told us about Pilates.
It's great for geriatric population, number one. As you get older, it's
Above
even more.
50, 60?
Yeah. Or people very intimidated to go to the gym, because it's a much more safe space. It's more instructor guided, and a smaller, it's not as intimidating as gym. Sometimes you're left alone. All these machines you do. How you'll do. Yeah. So that it is safe. It's not dangerous. It's better on your joints. So sometimes wrong postures can lead to long-term injuries, which Pilates, it's a little bit safer and better on your joints. Number 3, it can still help you with muscle mass. So a lot of people go to the gym because they want to build muscle mass. You want to aesthetically look a certain way. Pilates will also do that for you.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Good. So now, normal Pilates, not the Stott
Yeah.
Pilates.
Yeah.
So, three things that young women should know.
Yeah.
What it does to
Yeah.
your life. Pilates.
I think if you're in India, we have yoga, which is beautiful. So if you're not using the Pilates machine, you're doing it on the mat anyways. I say yoga would trump Pilates. I personally,
You're saying yoga is better.
yoga is better. Yeah, find a good instructor. Find someone who resonates, who has proper education, and is a yoga instructor.
But this came into the masses conversation because of Karina, right? Like Pilates.
Yeah, the machine Pilates. Yeah, I'm forgetting the. I think it was Yasmin Karachiwala who was the coach. I think I'm forgetting. I really want to remember that. I think it was Yasmin Karachiwala, and she started practicing Pilates. It's much more common now.
Common.
Yeah. But the floor Pilates is more focused. If you have to do floor Pilates, I would choose yoga. We are in India, and I think yoga coaches are abundant and very, very good quality coaches. Just find someone that resonates with you and has the right education.
What's the basics of flow Pilates?
What's the basis? Core strength.
Basics.
Core
Basics as in like what's it built on? Like what was it originally designed for?
Yeah, core strength, but I haven't taken a lot of flow Pilates classes myself, so I would not be the right person to know more about it. I have taken a lot of Stotts, the machine Pilates, and yeah, that's
Myths and facts. Curd and buttermilk, they're great for gut health. Truth,
plant-based
myth.
versions. Plant-based versions because of the adulteration of the dairy, but plant-based are good for your gut health.
What about lactose intolerant?
That's why
patients?
plant-based.
Mhm.
Yeah, plant-based version have zero lactose. So
Ghee is a superfood, and it's good for the gut tolerance. Is it true?
yeah, used to be, not so much now. The processed ghee which we are getting in the market is very high in something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products, which is actually very bad for your overall health, including the gut health. We used to make ghee by churning butter, and you get makhan. Makhan shelf life is 2 to 3 days. It goes bad after that. The churning process is for 40-45 minutes because when you churn, you're generating enough heat to separate out the butter from the milk. We make ghee today by heating it in the gas.
Later, after that, Acha, you're saying once the
Commercial
butter
ghees.
comes,
Commercial ghees. Yeah, once you get the makhan, and then commercial ghees are made by heating it.
and at home also we heat it on the pan.
At home
right?
also we heat it, yes.
Uh-huh.
And that heating process releases something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products.
Okay.
Ghee, incidentally, is the highest when it comes to AGEs among food. Yeah.
Then
Then that would be a no-no. So I would say not
even
the
a
healthy-
homemade ghee.
because you're still heating it, right?
Right. Then
Yeah.
so you're saying butter is the best. form
No,
of-
I would not say because it still has the growth hormones and the sex hormones. It's still a dairy product.
Then should we give up on ghee?
Oh, I would say that, yes. And we have seen fantastic results with clients, especially autoimmune disease, because that's what we specialize in.
So what do I replace ghee with?
You don't need to replace it.
Like for example, in our home,
Yeah.
we don't use sunflower oil.
Yeah. You're
we only
tempering
use
everything with ghee.
Ghee
Yeah.
and we also use olive oil
Yeah.
and then probably groundnut because I'm from Bangalore.
Yeah.
That's
So I would do the groundnut oil rather than I would not do ghee.
Oh yeah.
Mustard, groundnut, any of the cold press oils is absolutely fine. But yeah,
Dude,
I know it's
these-
surprising. I know.
You know what's happening? You know, there are multiple theories and you know
Yeah.
people who've done studies and all of that when they come
Yeah.
out when they come out with these shocking revelations.
Yeah. And I can only imagine for a consumer, it must be so confusing. I can completely imagine. It must be so confusing because you're listening to an opinion next to someone else is telling something and then someone else is
So now
telling
how do I
something.
screen this and
Experiment it. Try dropping ghee especially like I said with arthritis cases, when you drop all dairy, drop ghee also for as little as 2 weeks and you'll start seeing a difference in terms of your joint health.
so the only way to know your truth is by experimenting
Yeah,
and seeing
yeah.
what works for you.
Yeah, experiment it for yourself. It is evidence based shows that you should ideally not be consuming dairy. This is what evidence shows. But as a layman consumer, you're not going to go back and read the studies. You will listen to experts, and every expert will tell a different thing. So try it on yourself, or tell you it's difficult. No, you're listening to someone on a podcast. How will you develop trust? It takes time. Yeah. So experiment it on yourself, or people who have done it, ask them about it, and they can tell you more about it.
The next one is I do intermittent fasting. um, is it a myth or a truth that it fixes the gut? And does one size fit all?
Yeah. No, one size doesn't fit all. So I wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting to someone who's pregnant. I wouldn't, obviously, because your
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
are different. I wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting to an athlete. I wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting to someone who's underweight. How you'll finish so much food, so many calories in this much time only? Actually, it'll make your gut worse because you're trying to stuff yourself. So, case specific, I wouldn't recommend intermittent fasting to geriatric population over the age of 80, 85, that age group. You can't, because their anyways food consumption is very, very limited. Yeah. Yes, many of them can follow and still maintain a healthy nutrition and all of that. But with most populations, you don't put restrictions of fasting window for them. I wouldn't recommend it for people who are on high diabetes medicine and they have episodes of hypoglycemia, so sugar levels falling too low. Or do it in the presence of an expert who knows how to tweak your medicine dosage according to your intermittent fasting.
So,
That being said, intermittent fasting helps diabetes 100%. It helps diabetes.
and gut health?
100% also helps gut health, because you're not constantly giving your gut work to do. You're giving it a break to rest and repair. Yeah.
Interesting. I think you spoke about food freedom as a theory, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? How is that people end up becoming prisoners of what they eat?
Yeah. So by that I mean, calorie counting is not the ideal way to lose weight. The sentence itself can be a little controversial or very nuanced, but hear me out. There's a theory which says, there's scientific fact, it's not a theory. Leafy green vegetables have very high content of something called thylakoids. Leafy greens have thylakoids.
What is thylakoids?
So thylakoids is a compound found in leafy greens. I'll tell you what it does in a minute. So let's say I have a study. In the study, I have 100 participants, group A 50, group B 50. Group A and group B ate exactly 500 calories for breakfast. Both ate the same amount of calories. Only difference was, even the protein, carb, fat was same. Only difference was group B was told to eat 50 grams of leafy greens in the morning. Okay, 50 grams is approximately 2.5 cups.
Yep.
Yeah, of leaf. So group B ate leafy greens. Group A did not eat leafy greens, but apart from that, everything else was the same among both the groups. For lunch, there's an open buffet, and the groups are told eat whatever you want to eat, no restrictions. Both groups are told. Group B, who's eaten leafy greens in the morning, inevitably, without giving further instructions, ends up eating 20 to 25% calories lesser than group A. Now, they are not told don't eat less, no instructions are given, but they end up eating lesser than the other group. So then the scientists wanted to figure out, why is this happening? Thylakoids delays the absorption of fatty acids in the body, is a scientific finding. What that means is, leafy greens, thylakoids, leafy greens, keep you fuller for longer. Now, knowing this as a concept, leafy greens keep you fuller for longer. If someone comes to me for weight loss, I'm not going to say eat 2 chapatis for lunch, don't eat 3. I will never say that. I will add the leafy greens for breakfast. So it could be sabake in your
Dil.
yeah, sabake in your akki roti, or it could be smoothie, whatever. So cultural specific, you do all that, but you add the leafy greens in the first half of the day. Second half of the day, even without instruction, that 3 chapati will become 2 chapati.
Oh. So leafy veggies, mein, what all do you have? Like your dil, palak, amaranthus?
Amaranthus, brahmi, mint leaves and methi leaves, and
All of it, even
anything which is
coriander.
leafy and coriander, anything leafy and green. Yeah. Darker the better, but even if you're not leafy and green, spinach, all of these. So like this is one concept, right? For weight loss, including the calorie density, energy density, what we had discussed, is starting your food raw. if you just introduce these changes through the day, you're not telling anyone eat less. And generally, with obesity, the problem is portion control because you don't know these lifestyle habits. And if you can just fix this, all of us will eat how much we want.
Interesting.
You know, the bucket of popcorns you get, you eat the whole bucket while watching a movie. Try eating the bucket without a movie. You won't be able to finish. You'll feel disgusted, full in a few. But while your mind is occupied, that munching will happen.
What's the solution to this?
Be mindful about eating. Family time should be conversations around food. It shouldn't be TV in front of the food.
Like they say, initially it is unbearable. Second week they say it is uncomfortable. Third week they say you're unstoppable.
Yeah. I love that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Roshni, you come with so much of research, in-depth analysis, practical experience, and I'm sure one podcast won't do justice to it. Thank you so much for educating us what to eat, how to eat, why to eat. And I guess after today, I think food will be looked at as something which is energizing, healing. And I think we will definitely look into our junking habits and be more conscious.
Thank you so much. I'm so humble to come here and to meet you and to know about you, especially because for people watching the podcast right now, this is a third podcast for the day. That's like 9 hours of talking. 9 hours of talking.
That's
And
me
you
doing
can
my third podcast is what she means, yeah.
9 hours of talking constantly sitting in front of the camera, the lights itself can give you a headache. But you can only do this when you're so passionate about knowing about people. And I think that makes you so unique in terms of what you're doing. So I'm so happy that you're bringing stories like us to the limelight. So thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Hi, pleasure is mine, Roshni. And you're a Bangalore woman yourself. Definitely looking forward to host you on Just Curious Kannada, which is our
Yeah.
Kannada podcast as well.
Yeah, definitely
And,
try ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Try ಮಾಡಿ.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಫ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಹಾಫ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ವಿಸಿಲು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಶಾಲು and ಪೇಟ. So I guess that's some Kannada for you all, for people who can't understand Kannada. So I guess wishing you
Thank you.
more happy guts and yeah, keep healing. That's
Thank you so
about it.
much. Thank you, Rashmi. Bye.
Lastly, I think the recommendation that we would look forward from you, it's a habit, we ask for guest nominations from our guests
Yeah.
on the show. So you will have to nominate 3 guests whom you think should be on the show.
Whom do I
From all
think
walks
should
of
be on
life.
this show? Do you have a genre? Do you know what?
No, I'm a generalist. So
Everything?
yeah.
I think Dr. Achyutam Ishwar, he's doing a lot of amazing work, naturopathy doctor, again healing through food, has built a brand around healing through food, would be a fantastic option. My husband is great. I think he's done such amazing work in the skincare industry and empowering people to feel beautiful the way they are. His name is Karan Singh. He's really, really good at what he does. And I also think any of the nutrition coaches from my team, because they see real life cases more than me. I've taken a backseat from consultation, helping just grow the brand and grow any of them. But they literally see transformation stories happening and handhold the stories, till the end. So any of them would be fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Roshni means sunlight? Light?
Yeah, sunshine.
Sunshine, yeah. So you're Roshni and Rashmi.
Yeah.
Rashmi also means sun rays. We are playing with the name and what the intent and the purpose can lead into. I've written something resonating your purpose and your name.
Thank you.
Thanks for
That's so
throwing
nice.
light on the gut. And we will keep the plate bright and cravings tight is what I've written.
Wow, you rhymed it. That's amazing.
Thank you, Roshni. And this is a book for you. This is Mindset, written by Dr. Carol
Yeah.
S. Dweck, Changing the Way You Think to Fulfill Your Potential.
I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Wishing you the best as an entrepreneur and everything that you're dreaming for.
Thank
Go
you
for
so
it.
much. Thank you.
And now, can I spoil you with some treats? This is for the mind. I mean, this
Oh, I
is a
love
happy
that.
ball.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
treat box from Polar Bear.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people on the team who would love to enjoy this.
Oh,
So
yeah. There you go.
thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
That was a wonderful episode. A lot of reflections about what to eat, how to eat, mistakes to avoid. Especially my favorites were reflections about handling menopause, how to look at our 20s, 30s, and 40s, and documentaries to watch, books to read. And there's so much that I have to sit back and reflect upon. So, guys, what did you like from today's episode is something that we would definitely like to see in the comment section. Do let us know your guest recommendations as well as to whom are you nominating, whom would you like to see on Just Curious India. Until next time, ending the show with this note, every bite of food that you take is an opportunity to nourish a disease or to fight it. Make a conscious choice and make it a healthy choice, not a tasty choice. Until next time, this is Rapid Rashmi signing out of Just Curious India. Take care, eat well, ta-ra.